what you're bleeding under. You can use that sound again, just as long as you can look right. And will this ever end? It makes me wonder. Are you listening? Are you listening? Are you listening? The critics know everything right. They're smarter than the rest of us. It's media cellophane hype. But most people you can't trust. You're too vague. You're not deaf. You got no sex appeal. Cardboard cut. Copy up. Something
We're lowering
from
this
yesteryear.
right here. What's up, everybody? This is just leave it lower now. Sports Goofs number 108. It's me, Francisco, joined by Charles.
Hello.
Yep, I saw Andrew today, but he's not joining us. He is not joining us today. But
One day.
I was just telling Charles about my unique dinner today, which was me dipping string cheese into raspberry preserves. It's actually really good.
This is like almost a perfect like anti-Andrew episode to just lead with that, because you know the question's gonna be asked, hey, what's the weirdest thing we've all eaten, combo wise, that we have no shame to?
I accidentally put yogurt into rice and beans. I thought it was sour cream,
What?
and
But did you like it?
oh no, oh yeah, I just kept eating it, and then my sister pointed out that I just used yogurt. I'm like, it must have been really plain yogurt because it tasted like sour cream to me. I thought it was fantastic.
All you need is just some stuff, and then you can get a taco. That's it.
Yeah. Oh, yogurt tacos, huh?
Yeah.
Somewhere down the line, people will be. Maybe I'll make a restaurant of my weird, almost scavenger-like way of eating at points. Because I chicken salad with Cuban bread on the floor yesterday. I can get when David Hasselhoff was eating those burgers on that in his bathtub or whatever.
Yep.
I totally understood why. Like I get that vibe. I understand that vibe, David Hasselhoff. You do you, right? Sometimes you just gotta lay down on the floor and just eat like a savage. That's all.
Listen, it's what our ancestors would want.
That's true.
Yeah.
They did not have tables.
Yeah.
No placemats, no nothing. I'm the only one in here. Why should I be ashamed if I eat on the floor? I'm not eating off of the floor. There's a plate.
See, that's just a stigma. Sometimes we just feel like, is this my comfort zone? Is anybody watching me as you're just biting into stuff? You know, all our dead ancestors that are in the in-between limbo are like looking at us like, oh, please don't do that, Charles. Please don't mix that. Oh, Francisco, please don't mix ketchup with your sandwich.
Hey now. It's good. Some good stuff, man. All right, just like Smelter. It's some good stuff. All right, and the other good stuff is Pirani's Hockey World. Yeah, they got some good stuff. Good hockey gear. All kinds of hockey gear. They're customers number one over there. They got all the new stuff. They got even the stuff on clearance, stuff from last year. That's some good deals. Head on over to our website, click on the banner, help us out, help yourself out. Good hockey gear. Fantastic.
Yeah, understand this. We sell out, but we don't sell out for free. You know, Smelter has been with us for weeks. They know quality. Real recognizes real.
Yeah.
And the same thing with the hockey place, because I always want to call it like a pierogi because I'm a fat ass, but I won't call it the pierogi hockey spot. But whatever that thing Francisco talked about, get your cups. It's nut kicking season, because I can tell you, I got a couple of nuts to kick. Couldn't say that when I work in a area of like that, but there's some people that owe me some baklava. There's some people who owe me their firstborn, their first grandchildren, Vince.
Yeah.
That's definitely coming later. How dare they?
Oh, it's gonna be
But
great.
tell me in the sports world, Francisco. What's going on in the sports world for you? What are you seeing?
The Marlins are falling apart. That's for sure.
Falling apart. I think that's a way of saying it. That is rock bottom, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, it's getting bad. We lost 18-1 last night. We did not care. No mercy whatsoever. And you know what? Unlike the Twins, I wasn't angry about it. I was just like, yeah, that's just the way it is. That's the way it's gonna be, right? I'm already like, I'm done. I'm done with the season. My dad was like, when do the Dolphins play? I'm like, oh, here we are. We've reached this point of apathy in the baseball
Who's the
season.
Heat gonna sign?
The Panthers preseason schedule came out. I'm like, okay, all right. Here we go. From one disappointment to another. Let's do it.
I want to be in your position. I don't want to have this hope. And Yankees took 2 out of 3 from the Red Sox. And I feel like Hawkeye and Endgame don't give me hope. Because I know we're going to get annihilated. But last week when you went off to do uncle responsibilities, I had to come end the show and talk about the Yankees. I'm like, God, you need to go 6 of 4. Right now they're 2 of 1. To be competitively in there. We get the Phillies tonight. Domingo Germán's pitching. He's probably going to F it up. Jameson Taillon didn't mess it up out of all teams, of all pitchers. The person that I was certain was going to lose.
Charles, you are far away now.
I'm back. I'm back. Okay, we're good. Apparently, we're connected hand to the hip. It's not like other things. I'm here, kids. I promise you. But out of all pitchers to actually pitch a successful game, Jameson Taillon against the Red Sox was not on my repertoire.
Mm-hmm.
That's health reason over for me. And of course, Cole got his cold job. 6 innings, I understand, but it's a rain out. So you could say whatever, but he was on command as is. I think he had 8 strikeouts. So I want to be in your position where I really want to embrace the suck. I was ready for it. I've been saying it for 4 weeks now. I'm like, please, please, please. But we're winning in spite of the people who are trying not to have us win, Aaron Boone.
Mm-hmm.
And I told my coworker, they're like, watch you guys get a comeback. And I'm saying it right now on the record for everybody so you can hear this. Go back to 108. His name is Charles. My name is Charles. My word is my bond to a degree. So I'm saying this right now. If Yankees get postseason spot, and we'll put the condition to pass the 1 game wild card because that's too easy. A lot of people come in. I will buy an Aaron Boone jersey. I don't know I'll find a Yankee one. I'll buy it.
Go on eBay, find one of those from 2003 or 4.
I have talked so much trash for this man for a year and a half because that's how much I don't believe it's going to happen.
Oh boy!
As I sip on my Sprite declaratively, like I'm a badass or something.
Well, I know something that will happen. You can get yourself I miss you stash T-shirt. All right. Head on over to TeePublic, the Gooseneff's gift shop over there. But Charles, it doesn't end there. Have you ever, you might just want a mask. Would you like a mask of Charles's mustache?
Mask of my beautiful face? I want that. If I could wear that to court and not get kicked out, I would do it a heartbeat.
You can get
Ladies
yourself.
and gentlemen, do you want to know what these cursed lips of mine would feel like if they were on your mouth, but not in that way, but in more objectively, vain way? This would be it. They're nice. They're supple, not plump, but they're supple. They got a little hair there.
Yeah,
get a little hair there. Striking as it is, that's from my Russian Revolutionary look going on, or my Latin Revolutionary look. God, I miss that.
Why not? Why not get yourself a mug, right? Just get yourself a mug right there.
It's weird with the mug. I can't. Okay, the other side's good. I think it's the pixelation.
It's all around. It goes all around, all right? That's one side, that's the other side.
What you guys could do is go and get the shirts.
You know what?
And wear that mask at McDonald's.
How about a notebooks? If you're at school, you need to study. Just get a notebook.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, that actually fits well. That might be so one of my friends is having a kid in September.
And for some reason, I paired you with hot pink with all of these products, by the way.
I was wearing a pink shirt today at court.
Nice.
It was pink shirt, blue tie, navy suit. First off, any man who says they don't like pink, get the hell out of my center, because that color makes me look good. And that's all I care about. So if we're gonna put me with a pink shirt, and we're gonna put me with a pink notebook, I'll be like Doug Funny Man. Get a journal, and I'll just let my day go down.
Get a Charles magnet, man. Just put it on your fridge. That's Charles's favorite product in his home, probably.
Yeah. It is, and you know what? Damn, that hair. It was that with Cremo High Hold High Shine? Maybe.
Woo!
I've been going for him, but you gotta admit that's some volume. That's some lift. That's some slick back right there. I'm about that.
Oh
It's
yeah.
not a pimp named Slickback, but it's a true name Slickback.
You
Right
know
there.
what?
Oof, so good.
Sometimes maybe you're a little tired. You know, just have Charles right next to you in bed. Right there you go. All right,
Oh man,
lay that on your face right there. You know.
I'm not commenting on any of that one now. The pillow, have we gone too far? I don't know. If you have a pillow pet, why can't you have, at least the bottom nose to the chin? I feel like I still feel like, we need the alter egos, because with your mustache that you shave because you're a professional, and my mustache and my facial hair I shave because I'm a professional,
Yeah.
it comes down to something. It
Yeah.
means something, kids.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
means something.
Get a Charles tapestry. Hang it on your wall. Hang it in your room. All right.
Oh man,
All
that's
right.
the perfect gift to some hormonal, person. It's all right, going into it. It's not a Halle Berry poster from Sports Illustrated,
Yeah.
but it's damn close.
You know what? You got kids. Get them a onesie. With it on
well, that's gonna be a great gag gift
there. Yep.
for a certain person. Oh my god!
Yeah, it's only 14 bucks, people. This is a steal. It's an absolute steal. Right? God. I mean, we got that. We got the tote bag. Stick stuff in there. Put your laptop in there if you want.
Yeah. It makes me look like an evil, like you remember the guy from Breaking Bad, the guy who owned the car wash dealership in the first season. That's what it reminds me of with that. PU says, considering this exists, I don't think the stash pillow is really excessive. Let's see, It Store. Oh, well, the meme sequin pillow. Well, guess what? Yeah, it's not excessive. You're correct. Sleep on my face, people. Not like that, maybe. Call me. But sleep on my face, people. It's all right. And then you can also go to VU's link and get some weird stuff, too. Be funny. I'm so proud of us. This is the evolution. This is what 3 years and one bit of marketability takes you.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so that's there. You know, if anything, Charles can just gift it to his family members. as a
Oh,
gift
no.
gifts.
I'm literally going to give it to my friend's baby shower, and his wife is going to hate me. And I don't care, because the original plan, I kid you not, the original plan was to just get him some New Balance shoes,
Okay.
and then Derek was going to get him, like, we were talking about getting him some denim jorts, but that was better. I'm in your head where you can't, because what diabolical stuff is that? You can't say no to free clothing for kids, because what is every person? Your sister just have a child. What would they want? Clothing for the children.
Oh,
because why? Because it's expensive.
yeah. And Charles, it's the gift that keeps on giving. Because as the child grows, you can get him a kid's T-shirt. You know,
Exactly.
with that, like things might get a little chilly up there or wherever they are. All right, get them the hoodie as well. Get them the whole set. Get the whole set. Get the notebooks. So they're going to school for the first time. They're going to school. Get them the set. Back to school products. All right, and they're learning how to drink coffee for the first time. Get them the mug. We got it all.
So on top of one friend's baby, my sister's having a kid in January. Is that too much? Is that too much? Like, oh hey, whatever this child is,
Yeah.
this is gonna be me. Because I plan on bailing
Get the
for
pin.
the
You know
year.
what? You know what? You want to? What if it's election season? You know what? You want people to know what you support. Put this pin on your face, right? Put it on there.
I'm just glad that you got my hair. That's it. Damn man, Cremo, whatever.
Yeah.
I, just like Mech Warrior 5, it's consistent. It's beautiful.
Mech Warrior. I should cut this up and send it to our sponsors that do actually guys, this is what you guys this is playing in the background.
And guys, it's on sale. My face is on sale right now.
$2
on my own phone.
$2.
Yeah. Come on. Look at them soft eyes. That pin lets you see my beautiful brown nuggets, doo-doo brown eyes.
All right, yeah.
So people could look through the soul. I got your back.
Get a laptop case. Put your Mac in there. Put your Mac in there.
Put your Mac in there. Put that Mac shop up in Muscle Garage. It's all right, man.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Got plenty of phone support here. right?
I was about to pull off the Scott
Oh
Steiner.
damn! I could have
Yeah.
actually aligned this so it looked like you were like the Terminator with your eyes on the
Yeah,
camera
you
there.
effed up on that.
Oh, damn it, man! Hold on, maybe. Oh well, this is that's a seizure warning right there. Whoopsies. All right, so
Now
Oh,
I
there
look
you
like a hipster.
yeah, yeah. I'll have to realign that one so you look like a cyborg of some sort. Yeah, next time.
I live for this. What the hell is the difference between youth and premium youth? I want the
Yeah.
onesie.
Yeah.
I'm on TeePublic. I bought shirts from there before.
Yeah.
You know. So we see.
Oh yeah,
from
there's a lot of copyright infringement on TeePublic, baby. You can get all kinds of stuff out there. That is for
there.
reals.
Kids. Oh, I found the onesies. This is good.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
This
that's,
is gonna. This is
Yeah.
gonna be beautiful.
yeah, it's gonna be great. Well, this is a sports show, right? I don't even.
Sports is 50% of sports is merch. Let's literally not even try to take this away.
Oh yeah.
Sports means nothing if you don't buy the Tom Brady Buccaneer jerseys. Sports means nothing if you don't buy the Devin Booker jerseys. But who would want someone who's a fraud, right? I know. You want the baklava bear that is Giannis Antetokounmpo. Yeah, right. I get what nickname. Forget Greek freak.
The baklava bear.
The baklava bear, because he's bearing it for me.
Mm.
He's bearing it for me. As I'm choking on my own words of tears that knowing tonight could be tonight. They got Scott Foster out there, so I'm ready for the Suns fans to be like, making excuses.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be a fantastic night. It's a fantastic night. It's gonna be good. I'm not watching NXT. You'll hear why in a bit. But it's. I get to see it, man. I'm hoping at least. I'm hoping.
Yeah.
Suns win, we're gonna cry.
Yeah.
But coming into this sports show, your world of sports, your Marlins suck.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get Starling Marte. See, kids, we're bringing it back together. You're not getting Starling Marte. He don't love you no more. He don't love you no more.
Not for that price.
It happens.
All right. He wants a
3 years, 33.
Yeah, 3 years, 30. I think was what the Marlins offered him. He's like, nah.
Yeah, he's like, no, thank you. But what would he be his value? At
He's what?
32, 33,
Yeah.
you're making an annual average of 11 million essentially per year.
I don't know. Maybe he thinks he can get more out in the market. Some team out there. I know the Marlins need a center fielder, so that's probably another thing. Kind of, he knows that they're a little bit desperate. A tiny bit, just a tiny bit, just a smidge desperate.
Everybody is desperate for something. Center fielders are very valuable, man, because you get some center fielders who can't bat, who just hit slugging, who are a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
And he's been consistent. He's been around for such a long time, so there's something going for there. I wouldn't mind him, but yet, I mean, we had our LaCosta. He's on IL. Clint Frazier's probably done forever. I'm guessing. He's having vertigo from the concussions in the ears. That you ain't coming back. I love Brett Gardner, but Brett Gardner needs to kind of pull that A-Rod and be like, oh hey, I'm now a coach. I'm a man. I'm a bench coach. What can we do this? What can we do that? How are we gonna help out? So, and it's not a lot of money, to a degree, but
This is for the Marlins. Everything's a lot of money, baby. Everything's a lot of money.
money. Anything Miami based that isn't the Heat, plain and simple. Like the Heat, we're like, yeah, sure, we'll spend that money.
Yeah, even the Dolphins. Dolphins will spend money.
Will they? Because they're the thing that doesn't make sense sometimes. Because we talked about they get rid of all those people a couple years. In the last couple years, it's like, okay, we'll get Xavier and Howard, give them a contract. Byron Jones a big contract, but you had literally shipped off everybody 2 years ago. I think the logic is you spend money when you know you have a winning team.
Yep.
You don't spend money when you know you suck. And I actually spoke about the Dolphins today at work of a certain person that they trade for. You want to talk a little NFL? Let's get some NFL.
Yeah, why not?
Let's get some NFL out here.
Why not?
Why not? We don't care. We don't care about the draft. It's over. Got those people that come into it. Cam Akers is hurt. You're a former FSU guy. Ruptured his Achilles.
I mean, there are drafts coming up. Right? We got
We're gonna be fighting for number one draft.
NBA draft. We got the expansion draft that's gonna happen. That's gonna go down. Bunch of
Best new draft.
Yeah. But lists have come out for the NHL's expansion draft for Seattle. So I will. I mean, I can at least briefly talk about the Panthers for that. It's just who's going to be and who I don't want. But yeah, NFL. I mean, we might as well get ready, get started, get wrapping up as to who the hell is on what and what team and who has actual. And our Lord and Savior Derek Jeter is up to bat right now. So yeah, off season, NFL. What? Where are you leaning, Charles? Who?
I was gonna kind of talk about Miami because it was something I sent.
All right.
In the group chat.
All right, we won't
because it's just
Aaron Rodgers. We'll I'm not. We'll get to that. Just keep going.
You
with
mean
this.
Aaron Rodgers?
No.
Little things. People are getting injured now, so we'll go on to the Rams because this is what kind of started the discussion. So Cam Akers hurt his Achilles. He ruptured it. He's out for the year. He was going to be essentially the workhorse coming into it. What does this mean for the Rams? Well, then I get the little SpongeBob meme. I'm like, oh, but Matthew Stafford's going to be an MVP quality thing. Good luck. I think Cam Akers was such a big dynamic. And I'm not doubting Stafford. Out of 30 teams, I think 13 teams would want him and would view him as that pure, legit number one guy. But taking into account a couple things. He's a little bit older. I still don't trust those back issues from 2 years ago. It's Sean McVay. I'm kind of done rubbing the nuts of Sean McVay. Can I say it like that? The same way how I feel about Cliff Kingsbury, where I think where they pedal out. I think having a running game in that system matters so much because your Super Bowl year was really the Todd Gurley show. And I think where you were last year to get to the playoffs was very much we had Cam Akers and other utility guys to bring into. I even forgot their backup names. I think Darrell Henderson went to you guys in Miami. And then who are your wide receivers essentially? You have Cooper Kupp, who 2 years removed from an ACL, he was doing fine. You had Gerald Everett, I guess, as your tight end. And then you have Robert Woods, who always feels underrated. We don't talk about enough, but that's because he's just kind of like that. He reminds me so much of Derek Mason, if you want to call back. Maybe the game's not the same, but I think that's where my brain goes to, former tight end, Baltimore Raven receiver.
No,
what does this all mean? And you're talking about the most difficult division in the NFL, and I'm kind of getting excited for it. I don't like the idea that I got to talk about 17 games of football because I think the only people who like football are people who like their chicken, with just salt, seasoned adobo.
Just throw it on the grill with nothing on it.
Yeah, and then not the fantasy football people. They're cool. I'm part of those people in the past, but then that, and then the other thing being the young 20-year-olds who need to watch every 17 game of the season, every 16 game of the season, even preseason, which doesn't matter. It's a very interesting dynamic, I would say, coming into it, to which I'm like, meh. But I'm getting a little excited for it, man. I mean, I think we had an excellent draft, obviously. I wasn't too crazy about Fairley if he's hurt, but if he's back in, this is good. But we all know why I'm excited. I'm excited because I get the Julio. And we love some Julio Jones up in my household, and I don't even know what he's been doing. But training camp's opening soon, and you know why I kind of love this time of the year when it comes to football. Not to talk about like specific teams and focus on every particular team, is because that's when the talking heads are just gonna, they're gonna get some humble pie. They're gonna have to eat some humble pie with so many people, and then they're gonna have to get some baklava balls. And it made me a very happy guy, but it also makes me football is weird where I think it reinforces me the most to a degree where like I feel good when we do the show when it comes to all sports, to be honest with you. Baseball is weird because there is consistency in baseball. I think sometimes talking heads are more on point, to be honest with you, compared to
it's hard to I think it's all about the outlandishness. It's hard to be outlandish in baseball without seeming less like you're doing it on purpose. Was it like even what Chris Russo? Maybe, I have no idea. But even then, like nobody really talks about that man anyway, so it doesn't even matter. Doesn't matter. So yeah, baseball. Yeah, the talking heads. It's more NFL and NBA than anything else.
And NBA, it's really just two guys that make you like roll your eyes real hard.
Yep.
I don't even. It really would be three, but I hope he does hate me. I don't listen to Mike Wilbon anymore, man. Like, I don't know what it is.
Oh, dear God.
I think he was my growth and development as a outside the circle basketball viewer.
Yeah.
And then as the years went on, I'm like, okay, can you stop loving Magic Johnson?
Yeah.
Thank you. Everything's a comparison to him. I'm like, all right, guy, what are we gonna do? I think I liked him more when Chicago was playing well in the Derrick Rose resurgence.
Yeah.
Because it's like I like seeing analysts
Get homery,
actually,
get biased.
yeah. Yeah, I kind of love it, except for Stephen A. Smith because it's the Knicks and everybody knows it's a joke. The only time we like it is when their hearts are broken, such as this year. But with Wilbon, I'm like, yeah, Chicago, go from there because like I think people underestimate or really don't remember how awesome those Bulls teams were when it was Rose, Jimmy, and Thibodeau, just kind of going from there, and Joakim Nokic, who was
Carlos
actually
Boozer.
defensive. Well, let's not get too crazy here, bud. But
Luau Deng
for those things, so you would like his his excitement over it. But now I'm just like, man, but why? Because the Bulls are trash. You know, they got Zach Zavine, the stat stuffer, who's not even going to be able to play in Tokyo. Which what a joke the Olympics are turning into. I know you and Andrew have kind of been like, hey, Charles, you should really like try more Americana, and I'm like, nah, man, because even the stuff that we want to see, it's not going to be interesting to me. Not that you have.
I have not been paying attention to the Olympics at all.
Yeah, I have to put a.
And honestly, really, the only I mean, when you said like the Olympics thing, for me, it's more about the. I mean, it's the hockey tournament during the Winter Olympics because they actually send the NHL players. I think the NHL kind of, and I think the Players Association kind of realized like, hey, it's kind of cool seeing these guys play and that type of stuff. But I think it really depends on where they're playing the Olympics as well. I think some players are like, yeah, South Korea, Russia, hell yeah, that type of thing.
We're talking about pure winter sports.
I mean,
environment.
The perfect one was Vancouver. That was a fantastic tournament. Like it just made complete and absolute sense. The Vancouver tournament. That was probably the best Olympic or hockey tournament probably ever played. I think. Like it culminated in probably the best game that you could culminate a tournament like that with.
Now we're gonna have it where everybody's just gonna get the CV and then just be out of luck for so long.
Bars.
Yeah, we haven't said that in a while.
Like NBA, okay, so the basketball tournament. I'm hoping these other countries will start getting slightly more parity with the United States, but we'll see. I mean, everybody's making a big fuss about losing to Nigeria and all these whatever. Like, who cares? They're not turning it on right now. They're not.
Just exhibition games.
And honestly, do you think if Kevin Durant has to go another gear, do you think he will actually do it in these games, or is he just like, it's not really worth it to jeopardize next season with Brooklyn?
I mean, you've seen who the alternates are for some of the players, right? Because you're not going to have certain guys in it. Kevin Love's not going to be in there. There's another one who's not going to be in there, and you're dealing with guys that are really like number 8, 9, or 10s on their respective teams. But the whole thing about basketball is if you're the number 8, 9, or 10 on the teams, you still might be good because you're on an NBA roster. You're not Eddie Housing it whatsoever on a Heat championship team, kids. It's okay.
Yeah.
But I'm interested in seeing nothing of the Olympics.
All right. So
but when it comes to here we go. We're looking at it.
Yeah. Let's look at the roster that we have here. Devin Booker's not there right now.
Yeah. No, Bam's there. Okay. We love Bam.
Bam. All right.
He's
KD.
gonna be taller than some of the other guys. KD.
Yeah.
We know
KD.
what he can do.
Yeah, we love him. All right. Jeremy Grant.
Pure defensive guy.
Yeah. Draymond. He's on there.
He's just there to be there.
Drew. He's there. we know your feelings on Drew Holiday.
But Drew's not there though. You gotta think.
I know.
But the Bucks, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, Drew owning it up a little bit. We'll get to that when we actually talk NBA, kids.
We'll see what happens. What is tonight, right? Tonight's the night. Yeah,
tonight's the night.
Yeah.
Bucket-level balls.
I'm getting euros if it happens tomorrow.
We're getting it. We're all Greek tomorrow, kids, if they win.
Yep. Keldon Johnson.
I don't even think he's playing. I think he's substituting out because protocol.
Okay.
Same thing with Zach LaVine.
Dame. Well,
Yeah, we loved him.
Yeah.
Protect him all costs.
JaVale.
Yeah, yeah. Think on that. It's not even a young JaVale either,
Yeah.
so it's like,
It's 33-year-old JaVale.
yeah,
Chris Middleton, he's a bit busy right now. And
yeah.
Jason Tatum.
Hey,
Yeah.
save him Tatum. That's what we're gonna be calling him for a while. Wow, let's copyright that. Save him Tatum.
Let's make a shirt.
Right now, no one can hear it. Save him Tatum. That's what every Boston Celtic fan, needs to go from there. I guess this is a special Chin Chow, Pokemon. What the hell is this? You see this thing? I'm so like past the generations, but I see thing that's like gold fire. So I'm like, this is interesting to me.
Yeah.
But that's that.
Oh no, that was the beautiful thing about going back to Pokemon Sword, because I was out for, I think the last one I had before that was Heart Gold, which is a remake of Gold and Silver, and yeah, they had some of the new guys in there, but not many. So it was just like, oh, this is just like comfort food for me. It's like, yeah, back in my childhood, baby. But once I got to Sword and Shield, I'm like, what is this? What is this? What is that? And like you're running out in the field, I'm like, oh my god, look at that thing. It's like, that's a giant panda. And then you go and get it,
Yeah,
that was
these are the
exciting.
cutest things. It affects me in two ways. One, because I have to figure out how to pronounce their names, which I can barely say my own names. I'm in court today, Mr. I'm like, yeah, through here. Yeah, that's who I am. Cool. Um, but yeah, now I'm just confused. But it's a different kind of nostalgia. It's always excitement though. But I don't know if they're
Wait, Chin
special or
Chow?
not. Chin Chow.
Yeah, this was in Gold and Silver, man.
Yeah, but I didn't do gold and silver.
Oh,
gotta
you
remember.
didn't? My god.
Dude, it was
You missed
it was
the
red blue,
Whoa.
and then a little bit yellow, and then the last full Pokemon game I played was Let's Go Pikachu.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so this is like all at
Damn.
once. This is me, like the TV show The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. Never watched it, but I know the premise of it.
Yeah.
I'm basically in a bunker, and I come out and I'm like, what the hell is all this? And it's the perfect game for the show because besides Diablo, I was doing a little bit of Dragon Ball Fighters. Getting out there, do that stuff. Always a fun game, even when I get my ass handed to me. Um, but doing this, I'm like, all right, because it's mindless. You already know the strategy. It's just grind the hell out of like three main Pokemons of their elemental type,
Yep.
and you'll be okay. Because I'm on like I'm in the second gym and everybody's like maybe a 2021 and my highest guy's like a 32. I went with Grookey. I named it Grookey Pie. He's real cute.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies, that's how it is sometimes when you have a mustache like that. You're very soft spot for Pokemon. It's fine. Man, you guys, you know what it is. Let's talk Pokemon too. Speed buddies. I got Gyarados, so I was happy. But we're all gonna eat Heroes tomorrow when there is victory coming our way. I'll call him Super Chin. We went off the beat path, but football favorite talking heads because they really kind of get up themselves, and then you really see how everybody becomes a gambler when it comes to fantasy football, of course. I think the only things I'm highlighting was really our two main teams besides the segment I was going to lead to with actual football details because aside from Cam Akers getting hurt, there's a certain man that we know I'm not big on. I'm not big on Aaron Rodgers. For those who've been watching for 2 years, I'm just not an Aaron Rodgers guy. It is something that has not compelled me to it because I know he's great. I acknowledge him as being great. This is not the Devin Booker, Chris Middleton scenarios. I'm like, man, he's so good, be good. I know he's there. I'm petty. I'm not stupid. Sometimes it happens, but I'm not that dumb. But they drafted Jordan Love. I was like, all right, sell the farm out. He does not want to be there. There's reports that he denied the extension to becoming the highest paid quarterback that we kept him there for 5 years. He's 37 now. By the end of the season, he will be 38. He'll be with that team presumably 42, 43, at that game point. And I was telling him, like, if I was Green Bay, just cut the cord, trade him. Because right now, his stock could never be higher. When you have Tom Brady, who's going to 44, 45, Drew Brees, who went to 42, Peyton could have gone probably to 45 if his neck just wasn't so destroyed. Right now, throw it because I think Mark Gunkiss or Brian Gunquist and everybody on that team, Mark Murphy, I think is the other guy, the president of the GM. I think they're just silly to not want to have to part ways with a team that had already parted ways with a beloved quarterback that was an icon. You had Brett Favre. You let Brett go. You dealt with Brett. You had his replacement. Whether or not you feel like Jordan Love is your proper replacement is something that you all have to figure out, and that is life. But this is not a heartbreak. This is not New England who had to really go to greener pastures when Tom Brady left. They had to figure out what the hell do we have here. You've already endured your Tom Brady leaving effect. You had Brett go. You had success. You got a title out of it. And maybe it is time to let Aaron go because I think the asking price would be delivered by almost everybody, Francisco. I told my buddy at work, I said, 2 1s and a fourth or a player would be sufficient. I think everybody, because you're eating that contract first and foremost, but I think everybody would be insane to not at least contemplate because a franchise tag is what, a 1 and a 3? Well, you have a pure franchise player, face of the franchise, face of the NFL. 2 1s and a player, 2 1s and a fourth. I don't think it's questionable or an issue to come into it, and I think it would be very silly for Green Bay not to take it because if what's his name doesn't pan out, Jordan Love, so what? You saw what the Cardinals did. They went to Josh Rosen, and then they're like, man. And a year later, they hired their coach and went to Kyler Murray. And I'm not even sold on the Kyler Murray effect. I'm not. You have to put pieces around him as you do with everybody. But it's not. I have not been coming up like, this guy's great. I'm just not impressed with it. There's some grit and moxie, and then you started out like 6-2, and you finished out 8-8. You missed the playoffs, and yeah, you can blame the defense, but ultimately everybody looks at the quarterback. That's how it is. But I'm looking into it. I'm like, yeah, but just if it's bad for you when you get rid of Jordan Love, when you have kids back in college, they can go and play. They can figure out what they want to do. And I was thinking, some people are thinking, oh, maybe he's going to Denver. Maybe he's doing this, doing that. I'm like, but what about the Miami Dolphins? Because my friend's a Dolphins fan. And I said, is this not now the time to strike? When you have the right coach, because Brian Flores is the right coach. There will never be another better coach than Brian Flores in Miami for another 15 years. You guys have been doing
that's some high praise.
Tony Sperano, but am I wrong? We could list it out if we got to. Tony Sperano, rest in peace. Joe Philbin, Adam Gase. Look what Brian Flores did with the culture without even a playoff appearance. Two of those coaches I mentioned had playoff appearances. Yeah, we forget that. Adam Gase had a playoff appearance. Tony Sperano had a playoff appearance. And to lead before Tony Sperano, Cam Cameron. When you go 1-15, you're out. I'm right about that statement. I'll take that to the bank for me. And you have the right culture. I think you have the right mix of players. You need offensive help. Sure, everybody needs offensive help. Myles Gaskins, I'm not sold on it, but you should trade for Marlon Mack. You might trade for Marlon Mack and just see what happens there, even though he's been hurt 2 out of 4 years. But you need to build some ground game. The receivers could be interesting with Jalen Waddle, and it could be interesting if Will Fuller and Devontae Parker and Mike Gesicki. But you're writing this on Tua. Tua couldn't get you 10 wins. It had to be a combination of Tua and Fitzpatrick, and what they all told you was it was a team-based effort. That's fine, but you ain't got no Fitzpatrick. You got Tua Tagovailoa, and then whoever the backup is. So Tua by himself going out, how do you feel with that core that he can go 5-12? Because remember, at 17 fields. Whereas you give up the farm for Aaron Rodgers, you go 2 1s and a Tua. It's good because you're already locked in on defense to a degree. There's some guys that are on the cheap. And you'll get rid of Xavier Howard, or he'll just be kind of bratty, like, "Oh, I'm going to renegotiate at the first year." And fella, get your money.
I feel like
I'm not going to go against you.
Man, I feel like the Dolphins wouldn't have the balls to do that.
But it's the best place that makes sense for me.
Like I get it. Like would they pull?
It's multiple first rounders.
Yeah, essentially what they're trying to pull off is the Broncos with Peyton Manning, right? Just like go all in. Like
that's literally what it is.
Two. Like you have like 2 or 3 seasons to do this, right? Before he's just completely falling apart, and see if you can just kind of get one championship out of it. Because like in Miami, like just one Super Bowl championship after 50 plus years of not having one, just getting one, people will be good for the next decade, even if the team is terrible.
Thing where people are silly is that they think you need the young franchise guy for 10, 15 years. My buddy's a Dolphins fan, he talked about it. But the Broncos didn't have the young franchise guy. They had Peyton, they went to 2 Super Bowls in 5 years? 4 years? And they won one. So what matters more? It's about having the right player. The right player could be there. Tampa is the exact. Look at this is why Miami needs to strike. Look what Tampa did. Look what Tom Brady did. They got one guy because they built the unit in there. And they said, do I want Jameis, who is the turnover machine and who is not mature in the game, or do I want Tom Brady, who has proven it? And then you look at Miami, and no, you do not have the equivalent of a Mike Evans and a Chris Godwin and all sorts of stuff. But I think that's a well-developed team. You don't get to 10-6 by getting lucky. You get to 9-7, 8-8 by being lucky. Because they got to 10-6 and didn't make the playoffs, so that's why they're not lucky. The 10-6 is the team that did get lucky, which was the Colts that year. Yes, my brain's going. It's them and the Browns. I have to think back to the old times. But I think that's the move. I think that's the go. I think if Miami, I think they have the cap space. They're letting people go. They cut Cobb and all these excessive contracts because that's how they negotiated it. And you have still some draft picks, man. So why not? Why wait for mediocrity? Why are you settling for just AFC East champs when it so much might not be guaranteed? It really might not be. Because the Bills have something, and then if Cam Newton gets a second year with better people, or Mac Jones comes into it, you're definitely not there. The only person that you're going to be better than is the Jets, because Zach Wilson. Okay,
It's the Jets.
Right?
Just say that.
And I like Robert Saleh, but there's a whole Saleh problems over there. We like puns on the show.
Interesting prospect.
But you can tell your father that can get you invested. And it'll sell. Miami should do too, because it sell more jerseys than Tua. It's going to be literally the.
I'll have to converse with Doug about this one.
Yeah,
I hadn't thought of it that way. Aaron Rodgers in Miami.
Yeah, because who has the draft capital? What if Miami already has multiple draft picks? I'm gonna do something I never thought I would have to do on the show. Miami Dolphin draft picks for the next couple of years. I'm just gonna throw it to you. Because you'll
get players that would want to come to Miami immediately.
And not just that, throw in Tua. Go ahead. You could take your chance to have two young guys, because is that not what Miami did with Josh Rosen?
Indeed.
And, they were like, okay, we got Josh Rosen. That's fine. We'll take that small contract and see from there, because the Cardinals had already paid the signing bonus. So, yeah, it's there. But 2022, I believe the Dolphins have – why is this so hard to read? I really hate this sometimes. Well, they have one in the first round. They have a second rounder. They have like 2 third rounders, I think. I really need a better website for it. And then 2023, I think they have 2 first rounders from their trades with the 49ers. So you're not going to miss 2 if you can still at least keep 1. You know what I mean? That's where my mind's at. If that's accurate. Granted, I'm going from the website because it's not like the contracts that we go of and they can tell us, because it's just not the best spot. I'm trying to find a good one, but I believe I saw.
Yeah, I'm trying to find something around here.
Side note: apparently, The Mummy is on Peacock. We love that movie. Shout out to that show. It's got some resurgence in the memes, and we'll take that. But if I already have multiple draft picks, why the hell wouldn't I want to do it? Wikipedia of all things could tell me what they have. And the problem is some of this is based off rankings.
Let's see. They've got, so from this website here, they've got 2 first rounders in 2022, 1 second round, another 2 in the third, 2 in the fourth, I think, unless that one gets to the Steelers. I'm not sure. Let's see. Dolphins traded 2021 first round pick for trade. Oh, no, wait. No, 1 first rounder, 1 second rounder, another third rounder, fourth. I don't know if this is many, but they got to. Oh, well. Either way, they can still send this stuff out there, right?
Yeah,
2022, 2023 draft pick, whatever.
And, what happens is it just alleviates the concerns, because you look into next year, too. You don't necessarily have to be, hear me out, you don't have to be bound by the contract of Will Fuller, because it's a 1-year deal. And Devontae Parker, I think that was only for, 3-year deal, and it'll be the second year he's out. Because there's a certain man who loves Aaron Rodgers that is going to be a free agent soon. And that man's name is Devontae Adams. And you don't think that could be a big push to somebody? Yeah. Come play with me. Come hang out with me. Come to South Florida. Yeah. Is that not what Tom Brady literally did with Gronkowski? I'm just seeing an alternate world this pick happened and this trade happened, or it was the best decision you guys made for 3 years because Tampa knows the window for Tom. So shouldn't you know the window for Green Bay? Because what's the whole point of drafting Jordan Love? What's the whole point of it? Right?
Yeah.
That's how you have to
I
look at the
mean,
mentality.
we literally, when that happened, we're like, oh, they're going to Brett Favre him. Just have
To
the
quote
heir apparent ready to go.
Yeah, to quote Thanos in Infinity War, we're on a very MCU craze here. The hardest decisions require the strongest of wills. Do it. Do it. Plain and simple. Get it done with, man. It's okay. He's still going to be Aaron Rodgers. He's not a fraud sometimes if you're the Dolphins. To Charles, he might be. But it's the thing that makes the most sense because it's the last open question I feel you have coming into the season to bring it all back together.
And
As
Aaron
opposed to
Rodgers with a
Deshaun
chip on
Watson.
his shoulder, with a franchise that he'd be willing to do anything for because he's checked out of Green Bay. He's checked out.
Completely. With a new first round pick wide receiver too. The thing that he wasn't allotted for
That's
so
right.
long.
We got Waddle. Yep.
Yeah, you got Waddle. He has a good tight end, which is a safety valve. He gets out of Green Bay, and he. I feel like you think he feels uncomfortable having to talk about this often, but the guy's just listening to his heart, and I can't blame him. When I tell people, if you're unhappy with your job, go find a new job. That's what he's trying to do. And I think for Brian Gutekunst, the you made that trade for a reason, man. So you got to make that determination because you made that pick for Jordan Love. So time to just put up or shut up. And
That's
this
right.
was inevitability.
Don't be the
It was
Boston Celtics.
inevitability. Yeah, please don't be them. My goodness. Or we're just stuck there, be like, yeah, sure, whatever.
I like it.
That's what I got for football.
I
that
like
was
it.
the proposition that I made to you on what you thought.
Okay. I like it. I mean, why not? Oh man, kind of wish you were on talk radio down here. That'd be incendiary, and people would love it. People would love it.
It's amazing. I've spent 3 years basically insulting this man, and now I'm like, this is the guy that you need. That's real recognizing real. Him and I have one good thing in common: great stashes. Great stashes. He's got cool blue eyes, but Aaron Rodgers and I, what we have in common, them stashes, baby.
All right, so let's see. Where do we go from here? Oh, we got a You Go Girl.
Yes, we do.
We do have. We got You Go Girls, actually. You Go Girls. So, recently, there was a game between the Tampa Bay Rays and the Baltimore Orioles. And it became the first all-female MLB broadcast ever.
Nice.
Like the entire thing. The entire thing. Let's see. Like, did it happen or is it going to happen? Let me see.
I thought it was going to happen. I didn't get anything on notifications.
Yeah. Historic all to call Baltimore Orioles versus Tampa Bay Rays. It sucks that they've been stuck with the Baltimore Orioles of all teams to call a game for. But still.
Everybody's got stuff somewhere. Everybody's
Yeah.
a briefcase boy, right?
Tonight, MLB Game of the Week on YouTube. So that is going down at the moment. At the moment from Tropicana Field. So Melanie Newman, Alana Rizzo, Sarah Langs, Heidi Watney, and Lauren Gardner will be there. There'll be the play-by-play analysts, on-field analysts, and 2 anchors, and that's what's going down right now. So, and the misogyny, baby. We all love the misogyny that comes out on Twitter when this happens. Don't you, Charles?
My favorite thing is I had a guy in law school that I knew that, when Doris Burke was starting to comment on NBA basketball, he's like, why are we hearing her? I'm like, because she's decent, man. Damn. It's your cereal, man.
Really?
Yeah. Because his demographic was those who would hate someone like Doris Burke commenting.
Okay.
I'm like, I'll take Doris Burke any day over fucking Mark Jackson.
Ooh.
I'm done with them. I'm done with them. Go coach.
Yeah.
Go do what you're. Listen, I'm gonna say it now. Mark Jackson deserves a second chance. I understand that Steve Kerr got that opportunity and everything, but I think Mark Jackson made a very uninspiring organization. He was the predecessor or the predecessor to the greatness that came in. That's what happens to certain people. Give him a chance. Go ahead. Give him a go, coach.
So this went down, or this is going down right now. So I'm okay with it. I mean, the argument for misogynists, and I'm eating Doritos right now at this moment. So
Healthy. We want to make it a 40, kids. It's just not really
so guys that are one of the arguments for like, oh, well, you know, women is, and that's basically how I hear it when I read it, is, oh, how could they not know any? How could they call a game and analyze the game if they didn't ever even played it? You know, like, dude.
Neither did you, bro.
Exactly. Dude, and some of the guys who are analysts, yeah, they might have played baseball, but some of them probably sucked at playing baseball, too.
Or some of them had to cheat to be recognizable. Ooh,
And none, he's gonna buy the Minnesota. He's gonna buy the Minnesota Timberwolves, and none of his players know who he is. So,
yeah, I'm just saying, you know, there's some guys. They're not reputable human beings out there that played the game, that did many things. It's a sport of observation. Yes, we love all the analysts, but the problem is you know, if it's broadcasting, it's not like inside the NBA, which we love, where everybody says certain things and we laugh because basically at the end of the day, Shaq just wants to punch somebody in the face. It's fine. Everybody has the. What do you think? This is just tailored to one gender, one sex, one race. It doesn't work like that for any of the sports. And baseball, I think, needs it because, and this is, I guess, where I won't call it misogyny, but it's observation. I have not seen a huge demographic of people in society that I know and I interact with actually bigger baseball fans, except for like Yankee fans. Maybe it's because bird of a feather mentality. Have you? Because usually it's football, it's basketball, but we live in Miami, so everything's most teams.
There's a lot of female baseball fans, like a ton of them.
So emphasize
like, a ton of them. We had one on our show, did we not?
Gabrielle, right?
Yeah.
And what she basically talked about is we're not up for anti-Semitic stuff and we don't support rapists. That was our show essentially.
Yeah.
There was gonna be a Devin Booker comment, but then I thought better on it.
Ooh, no,
we get it. Yeah. We love Kobe. We get it.
Oh my god.
We're not Kobe. Stop with the comparisons. It's coming. We're gonna dedicate a good portion of it when the time comes.
The Kobe thing is like there's too like that. What somebody was. Who was it? Somebody said that somebody was watching all of Kobe Bryant's. No, Kobe. Oh, they were talking about Kobe Bryant who watched all of Michael Jordan's interviews and stuff like that. In the past or whatever. I'm like, okay, fine, but man, people are just dredging up as much as they can out of the or just, you know, getting that cut of that Kobe beef for sure. Like everybody's getting it. Like it's not just ESPN. Like everybody who can mention anything Kobe, it's gonna get the clicks, gonna get those likes. It's happening right now. That's a lot of it happening.
I feel that if you know, he ends up winning, shudder to think of the thought process. But if he ends up winning it and, you know, he gets MVP, that, you know, Vanessa Bryant should just get some shares or how often they associate Devin Booker's name to his name, to Kobe's name for any kind of profiteering or anything like that. I guess, you know, this is all, you know what the intention of this is. This is, let's sell them Kobe shoes. Let's get you to pre-order that NBA 2K22 with one of our Yugo girls. We're not stupid people. Subliminal messaging is not. It's so on the nose it hurts my hiney.
Yeah, but let's the focus back on this with the women and stuff like that. It did really.
Congratulations.
Yeah, congrats on that. They're calling these games and there's a ton of female baseball fans, just like a ton. I don't know if you've ever been to a game. Yeah, they're not there just to be with their boyfriends or whatever.
Exactly. They like sports too.
Some of them are just there just because they're at a baseball game. Some of them have season tickets.
Gabrielle knows more about baseball than I do.
And
she's a Red Sox fan.
Woo! Got that jab,
man.
Ding. There
it's a double ding, baby. I had to do it because we took two of the three.
Equality, baby. That's what it is. All right. No one's safe. All right. Charles doesn't care about your creed or your color or your gender or your orientation, what you identify as. If you identify as a Red Sox fan, he's coming for you.
You root for Alex Cora as your manager.
Woo!
You disdain the sport of the ball.
Still the heat on that.
The Heat gonna be on there.
It's
a
amazing
cold
you
Heat
have
with
more of
the
that than for the Astros now. That's amazing.
They're not there, and here you have the epic. I mean, I don't want to do any kind of like Hitler Holocaust comparisons, but that's how I feel like it might be for if you love the game. Alex Cora really tarnished it, man, and you let him come back in.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
It's like in the end, at the end of the day, Vince always wins, doesn't he, Charles? Oh, that's a great preview for the end of the show. It's the reason it's our cover. It's the reason.
Andrew's reaction when I text him off the show or off the group chat because he wanted to know what was up. He's like, ah. That's always like, ah, see. And I'm like, yeah, it hurt. It hurt a lot.
It's gonna be fun.
But so those we had, I feel like multiple You Go girls. So it's the broadcasting. Did we mention Candace Parker last week?
No, we did not. Did not mention.
I feel
Candace
she
Parker.
very, very small up front. She's going to be on the cover of NBA 2K22. Now, is it for reals? Or are they just kind of jipping of like, oh, it's just gonna be like the GameStop limited edition thing? Because I would say just go all in. Because her and Brittany Griner are the two who I know of in women's WNBA completely. So I would hope that she gets all covers, and the special edition is basically one of the male basketball players.
Well, remember, yeah, NBA 2K always has their multiple different versions of it. So she's gonna appear on 25th anniversary edition of the game.
Okay, and understanding this, that
There
the
you go.
NBA, like 2K, even though they're kind of VC crazy, they make some intense stuff because they have the Euro leagues and then they have the WNBA component. It's very interesting. I played as like a couple of games with my buddy and it was fun, because you can't dunk, so you're really just going on shooting three. So of course I was playing as Brittany Griner. I think she's on a.
So she's appearing on the 25th anniversary edition. You got Dirk on. I forgot which version of this one he's on. Is that the regular version?
I think so. It looks like a whole shade of everything.
Yeah. And then you got
Kobe, Dirk, and Durant.
And then you got the other one on the right. No, that's Kareem. That's Kareem, Dirk, and KD.
Okay.
So
right.
I don't know what the connection is. Is it between these
big men?
Three? I guess big men who can shoot. I guess.
Yeah.
Probably. So there you go.
You are talking about two of the purest shooters for their big sizes.
That's
and then,
true.
Kareem could do.
Yeah, that is true. So there you go, Candace Parker.
Yay!
Hooray! I am not buying NBA 2K, anyways. Doesn't matter.
Every couple of years, man. Every couple of years.
I thought I would buy when 2K14 came out. All LeBron's on it. And it's like, that's not coming to the Switch though, or not the Switch, the Wii or the Wii U. Actually, the Wii U. I'm like, oh well, screw that.
Yeah, we just dated ourselves here really hardcore.
We're like 2 of 10 people bought a Wii U. So come on now.
Yeah, it was worth it. Okay.
That's true. It was mostly a Netflix machine for me, but Super Mario 3D World, Smash,
All for Smash and Splatoon.
Smash 4, Mario Kart 8, Splatoon 1. What else did I have on that thing? Pikmin 3. Yeah, I got the Wind Waker remake. I didn't get Twilight Princess though. Kind of wish I got a physical copy of that now, so I can flip it.
You be making that stupid money.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I just got rid of my Sega Dreamcast controller, the green one. So translucent green. Yeah, and Zelda the Minish Cap on Game Boy Advance. Got a pretty penny for that one.
See, that's what I wish they kind of like gave me as options on the old school stuff, where I could try out some of the GBA games. That was, I never had like the little Game Boy Advances, so that's why I just want to play.
Well, Nintendo is literally remaking a Game Boy Advance game right now, Advance Wars. So I think
what they're kind of about it.
Yeah. You know what it is? Because like Square Enix has always been remaking their like old Super Nintendo games and old even PS1 games. I think Nintendo's kind of looking at it like, we could just like redo Zelda the Minish Cap in HD. Just be like, oh, all hand-drawn art style and charge $60 for that. They did it with the Link's Awakening. They literally remade a Game Boy game and sold it to us for $60.
And I feel, but it was so damn cute, man. And it was a lot of fun. It was also a game that one of the few games, and this is partially because I'm lazy, but I literally walked through it from hour one on, I was that lazy. I was
Yeah.
like, we're not going to give the full dedication.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. Link's Awakening. So, Nintendo's going to be doing that. Where are we? So, 55-minute mark. So, that was a you go,
We could be
girl.
at the halfway mark. Yeah.
That was a you go, girl. Let's see. Where was I going with this? Oh, so I wanted to do, and this is kind of more like highlighting the the uh, the horribleness of being a minor league baseball player,
Yep.
and that is a better known minor league team. And I wanted to highlight. Let me see if I can show this. I think the Stockton Ports, who are a minor league affiliate of the Oakland A's, and I think you'll start to see where we're going with this.
Okay. Well,
And
just being an Oakland A affiliate is just terrible in of itself.
yeah, it already is. So they're the affiliate of the Oakland A's, and I'm trying to find their Wikipedia page so we can find out a little bit about them, but it doesn't show it there. Let me just go to the news because this just came out here. That their minor league players don't make enough money. Like their hotel charge alone exceeds their paychecks. So right now, because of this is getting bad. So right now, because of the virus, usually like these are young kids, right? Some of them are coming straight out of high school, going straight to like single A ball or whatever. Some guys who are just coming straight into the country as well, from like Dominican or wherever you. And it's kind of difficult for them to like find housing in these places. Some of them might not even be there long, right? So they might be moved up, or they're talented enough. So why are you gonna pay for rent at a place, sign a lease and all that stuff, and you'll just be leaving. You'll be paying for someplace else, and you don't make much money anyways. So there's no point in doing that. Well, sometimes they will have like families, right? Some people who will literally take these guys in. They might charge them something, but we'll take them in and just take care of them. Like, oh, they can live here. They, pretty cool. Hey, taking care of a minor league baseball player. You might be taking care of the next Mike Trout or something, right? That'd be pretty cool, And so they're in Low A. They play in the North Division, the California League, and they've been the A's affiliate since 2005. So this has been a long history with them. Before with the Rangers, the Cincinnati Reds, the Milwaukee Brewers, Seattle Mariners. This is an old franchise. California Angels, Baltimore Orioles, St. Louis Cardinals, Chicago Cubs, the St. Louis Browns. That's how far back we're going, and the White Sox. They've won 11 minor league titles, most recent in 2008. They used to be called the Mudville Nine.
Yeah.
The Stockton Mariners, the Stockton Flyers. This team has been in Stockton forever. This is one of the few teams that lasted this long, even through the chopping of the minor league system starting this season. This is a long history. All right, one of their affiliates, alumni, you had Mike Piazza, who only went there for like a rehab stint, so doesn't truly count. Pat Gillick, who's in the Baseball Hall of Fame. Other ones here, you got Don Baylor, rest in peace. He played for them. You got, let's see, who else is on here? Milton Bradley, who was, yeah, that's a name. That's a player remember to forget.
Yeah. And no, it's not the Hasbro brothers.
Yeah.
Because every time I hear that, I'm thinking Monopoly.
Yeah, Coco Crisp went there for a rehab assignment, so it doesn't really count. You have Vince DiMaggio, who was one of the brother of Joe DiMaggio and Dom DiMaggio. So Josh Donaldson. So there's the name. He played for the A's.
An active player.
Yep, active
Also
player.
a punk.
He's one of the angriest players of baseball. Baseball doesn't exist. There's a whole video about him as to why he is the way he is. He's had a rough childhood, man. A really rough childhood. Sonny Gray, another one.
Wow. Yeah. Disappointment.
Yeah. So there you go. Davey Johnson as well. Won the World Series, I think, with the Orioles, and manager as the Mets back in '86. Well, Gary Sheffield.
I love Gary.
Yeah.
He has the ugliest. I think I was going to do a segment called "Players That You Shouldn't Love But You Do," on teams, and it was him, straight up.
And with the Yanks.
Yep.
He was
I
on there
love
for
that
a
guy.
few years, actually, right? Like 2 seasons at least?
I think 3, and then he went to the Mets afterwards.
Yeah. Or
That lineup, though,
Detroit or something.
Matsui, him, and Bayrod. Partially erect on the thought of it. Yeah.
Let's see who else we got here. Kurt Suzuki.
Yeah, he's still playing, I believe. That's what the
yeah.
crazy part is.
Yeah. Fernando Vina. That's a name from way back when. Edison Volquez.
That's a callback.
Yeah, well, I think he's still. Oh no, he stopped playing. No, he's not playing anymore. Ben Zobrist.
He went like everywhere.
Yeah.
And Andrew's guy.
Yeah, Ben Zobrist. There's another guy right there. World Series MVP back with the Cubs. And so yeah, that's the Stockton Ports. But yeah, man, they can't pay their players, and their players, because of the virus, they're not really doing the family thing with having like a foster home or something like that. So now they're in the team hotel, and the team hotel charges them more than what they actually earn. So
I know Edison Volquez played last year for the Texas Rangers.
holy crap, are you for real?
Yeah.
Dear
2019, 2020 Texas Rangers.
I retired when he was with the Marlins or something. Sheesh.
Nope.
So yeah.
Makes you feel old.
So yeah, it sucks. It sucks for these minor league players. It really does. They
But
really.
what's that alternative that you could do? Because, I mean, you could always make the attempts to
What?
play international. You would hope that the borders open up and you go play Korean ball, man.
The thing is with Japanese or Korean ball is they have like a limit to how many international players can be on a team.
Okay.
Because
I didn't know that.
it's like their league, and they want their guys. They don't want just a ton of these guys just coming in and taking up roster spots from native Japanese players and native Korean players. So that's part of the issue. So you won't have this massive influx of guys just because. I mean, but it's it's a national pride type of thing. I see it from a different perspective. Like, hey man, if I can get a bunch of these Dominican guys and they're better than these Japanese guys or some of these Japanese guys, and we just can field the best team possible, with some guy, maybe some kids out of high school probably are not getting the massive signing bonus or whatever. It's like, oh, just like in the NBA, right? You don't want to go to college, just go on over to one of the Australia or Italy or what have you and play there, earn more money, and the teams are going to come calling anyways. Why not do that? But that's not possible at the moment. And I don't think it's going to be possible, really, given the state of the way that they run Korean and Japanese baseball. That's why Shohei Ohtani he's probably was a superstar ready to go back in Japan years before this. And they make sure that they stay long enough in the Nippon Baseball League to be so that they could siphon off as much merchandise as possible, because that's where it is at the end of the day, right, Charles?
All about that money.
Yeah. And get yourself a stash pillow. Come on.
Come on.
All right.
Get a mug.
Yeah. Get Company of Heroes 3.
Get a taste of me. Get Company of Heroes. Get Smelter.
Get a taste of you. Damn it, man. If there was a face cake option, I would have done that too.
When Andrew passes the bar, I feel like that's what we need to do.
Oh my god, I would buy a face cake of your mustache and just give it to Andrew. Be like, let's celebrate.
This is beautiful.
Oh man.
These are things in the cards that we don't know they're in the cards until it comes out.
Oh, this is what we get when we do the improvisational shows.
We don't prep, guys. Like I minorly prep in my head of segments, and that's about it.
I was prepping for like the minor league team. I'm like, which team? And then the Stockton Ports article came out. Let's just do that one. Let's do that one. And the women thing was like, okay, I that's a significant thing. Let's do that. So, but
Yeah,
we
for me-
are, yeah,
Are we there?
yeah,
Are we
we're
there?
yeah, we're at the middle. Word from our non-sponsors, people, places, things, concepts, what have you. Now we've been enjoying over the last week. Charles, what do you have for this week?
So last week, if you guys remember, I had talked about my hair. My non-sponsor was Cremo. High polish, high shine pomade. When you got a little fluff and volume, you gotta get a little bit of shine in your life. Shine a light on me. Let it shine. Whoa, gotta let it shine. Love that song. Now it's like my head. But there's a composition. There's a head hair, but there's a body attached to this head. And your boy's been back at the gym. Your boy's been back at the gym, and holy crap, those first couple of weeks was tough. Because I gotta gauge. I'm like, what's my strength? What's not my strength? And over the weekend, not to brag, but I got back to doing 300-pound deadlifts. I sent you and Andrew the video to kind of know what it's there because you and I are the health conscious guys. We're the one that are focused on there. Plus, I'm building my eternal buffness to beat down Vince McMahon. We'll see if that can actually be done, but it's going to happen, I promise. But I take pre workouts. I am responsible with my pre workouts. I don't triple scoop them like other people do. Pre workouts are not advisable for anybody who has maybe heart palpitations, heart issues, anything of that nature, or very sensitive to caffeine. But I do feel that after a long day of work, it is very hard for me to go to the gym at 6:30 or 7 at night. This is when I usually go, guys. So 6:30, 7 at night is very difficult for me. I do take caffeine tabs to get through the workday, but I don't take whole tabs. I take like quarters. I have a pill cutter come out. So if my caffeine tab like 225 milligrams, my cut up to a quarter is about 56. But that's not the whole point there. So when I take a pre-workout, I'm getting something that's going to one wake me up, two not make me want to be there. I think you have to mentally want to be there to begin it. So like I don't believe that hype, but you want to get something that has a decent amount of caffeine. I don't do creatine. So when I go and I buy stuff, I try to make sure it either has very little creatine or I have to lessen the scoop or buy some things. But I've been using this one pre-workout called Total War. I know it sounds generic. I know it sounds tacky. I know it makes me sound like a musclehead, but you've seen the stash, baby. That ain't no musclehead. That is a mustache man. A mustache man coming into it. But it's by Redcon One. I used to work at Vitamin Shop, so I like to think I know some of the products and what they have. When I was looking there, I went to the Vitamin Shop about a month and a half ago, talked to the guy that I know there. I'm like, oh, what have you tried? I've been out of it for a while because I haven't been at the full gym for a year and a half. And he recommended me that one, strawberry kiwi. It has like 300 milligrams of caffeine on a scoop. Do not take that amount. Take like a quarter first and then take half of it. I take like 2/3 to kind of lead to it because I'm easing up my caffeine intake at work. But has like a little vasodilators. Vasodilators basically meaning allow the blood flow to kind of circulate to your body a little bit better. It has caffeine in there. I think it has carnitine, arginine, which are your vasodilators coming into it. Strawberry kiwi was a different taste. I got it for like super cheap, for like $30 because Amazon and price matching at Vitamin Shop. But I also shop at Vitamin Shop, so there's a little side note to them because they get me points. So I buy my protein there and everything, so I get my healthy awards. But whether or not it's going to kill me is debatable. I'm not here for a long time. I'm here for what Francisco, a good time, as Drake says, or maybe Drake or somebody else. But I need to get my fitness in. I need to get my power. And what I always tell people is I don't want to be too reliant on my pre-workouts for my heavy lifting. But my workouts are intense. The Saturday, the day that I did this, well, I'm talking about that deadlifts. It was deadlifts, baby. So it was deadlift, 2 sets of 2 at 300 plus. Right, good form. You saw the form. It was good form.
Oh yeah, I saw the video.
Everything was happening in there. It was rows. It was dumbbell rows. It was all this stuff. And then what else did we do? We did 30 minutes of boxing on the heavy bags, and then we did 2 miles running on the cardio. And I was able to go through it without being like terribly dead. Then I went to the pool, got a little bit of tan, and then I knocked the hell out because I was out. But that pre-workout was able to get me to it. So last week was the hair. This week is the body. Next week might be the soul. So that might be some Sarah McLaughlin, ASPCA, Humane Society. Hey, make your donations. No spoilers there. But Total War helped out. Good pre-workout, I would say. Don't take the whole thing. You'll die. Start with a quarter of it. You never really need to take the whole scoop. What you guys need to do is just get to the gym. That's it. You just got to get to the gym. Exercise is good for your mind, good for your soul. I listen to audiobooks. It educates me in between. Sometimes I have rough days. I work in a very high-stress industry, and it helps out. And anything that can help me out, not for the competitive edge. This stuff I built in Thought Buddy, but this helps me kind of focus in there. So if I was able to do all that on a long, and the weekends are long, man, it's always 2.5 hours. You've seen the regimes I do. I've sent you that stuff. So any pre-workout that helps, and they have the little thing on the supplemental effects. Beta alanine is good for endurance. Augmented sulfate, that's just vasodilator. Taurine's cheap energy. Some of the other stuff is just for any kind of citrulline malate, your vasodilators. That stuff's just going to kind of like segue, go through. Beta alanine is good for recovery. Do your pre-workout. Be healthy. Total War promo code. Good stuff.
Okay. Oh, I've been so
Hot
fat
stuff. I
lately.
redacted. Hot stuff.
I've been so fat lately.
Who am I? I literally ate the chicken right before we jumped on the show. I've been sipping on a medium Sprite, and you know what? I got my combo. I got my number 8.
My metabolism's been holding strong because I pegged out over the weekend. It was actually kind of like I didn't know what my non-sponsor would be, but I mean I went to this place in Jupiter called Miss Smokey's to buy the family some barbecue, okay, to celebrate my sister coming home from having the baby. But that's not my non-sponsor, right? Good barbecue, good stuff, right? Get your brisket, get your pulled pork, get your ribs there if you want to, right? Jupiter, Florida, Donald Ross Road, okay? Not too far from.
Is it recommendable?
I think so. I think they got sandwiches. They got a bunch of stuff there. I got the whole family meal thing, like the big giant thing. Cost me a pretty penny, but whatever. I made up for it by selling Zelda Minish Cap. So that worked out for me. All right. Where am I? Oh yes. My non-sponsor is Amazon Prime Gaming. Okay. All right,
They are overlords.
Our overlords, who is now literally over us now because he's gone to space, Jeff Bezos. Yeah, but Prime Gaming. All right, if you have Amazon Prime, listen, man. There's a lot of secret benefits to Amazon Prime that people don't really know about. All right, you got Twitch and you got Amazon Prime. Connect that bad boy to your Twitch account. All right, and then you can get all of the gamer girl bathwater if you want. And Prime Gaming has been great for me since I found out about it, because it's basically like a monthly subscription anyways with your Prime account. So you take advantage of that free shipping, but you can take advantage of all the free loots, DLC, and video games that they are giving every month.
That's what we're about.
Yeah.
That's what we're about.
If you're addicted to GTA Online, look, you can get up to $400,000 this month alone. You got World of Tanks. That's on the Switch. That's on a bunch of systems. Probably can get that on your phone. You get a fresh look. You get all kinds of skins. Got Warframe as well. Different skins and stuff. You wanna improve your ultimate teams in FIFA. They got packs for that too. Apex Legends as well. Destiny 2, which I have yet to download and play because I don't feel like it, but it's there.
They keep changing so much in it.
Yeah, the option is there. I might play with Doug because we're trying to find a good co-op video game that'll work well with the Xbox Series X and the PC. And
I have a recommendation.
What would
And it
that
might be in Twitch, Amazon Prime giving out. Borderlands is always a good
well, we're looking
co-op,
for
and
a
they have
non.
crossplay.
I mean, he wants specifically like a platformer type of or adventure type of game, and that's hard to come by.
Yeah.
Everything else is basically shooty.
Yeah.
So that's. I mean, I know Fall Guys is one of them. And we could play that.
Fall Guys is fun.
Human Fall
We
Flat,
recommend
which I've been interested in buying anyways, so that could be an option in the future as well. All right, you got some Red Dead Online stuff here. Rogue Company. I've played Rogue Company a bit. It's fun. It's not bad. You like Magic or Magic Tiles? That was Magic the Gathering. Let's see. Yeah, a bunch of stuff. Maple Story. All right, throw your life into that. Dauntless, League of Legends. That's in there. Rainbow Six. Got stuff there. It'll be tapped.
Shooty.
Yeah, I got a bunch of stuff here. Madden, improve your Madden team. Get pissed off at EA, but at the same time, still buying their games like a hypocrite. I'm just saying, a lot of y'all keep complaining every year, but you guys keep buying it like sheep. Anyways, but free games, bunch of free games. Lots of free games. And I've been enjoying them, Charles. Sometimes you get some gems. Let's see. I think they have Layers of Fear right now. I think I might play that at some point. Right.
What's been your favorite free game from them so far?
So far, let's see. Actually, I'm on my PC right now, right? I can just take a look at it at the moment. So give me a second to bring up my library. So what have I played thus far? Because I am loading it right now. Here we go. So these are all the games that I've got here. Let's see. Let's put this in alphabetical order. I've got, let's see. Hold on. Let me count them first. 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54. Yeah, there's a ton of games. 54. Sheesh, man. 63, 72, 81, 90, 99. Like, I've got, like, basically, yeah, 90, yeah, more than 100 games from them already. More than 100 free games. Yeah, some of them were these like SNK, Neo Geo games that kind of, they gave out like 30 of them. So yeah, I played Ukulele. I got them through that. Got the second one, which I've yet to play. What else have I played? I got the Batman Telltale games right now.
Always good.
That I have yet to start, but I feel like started. Cyberhook was fantastic. That was a non-sponsor from earlier this year. That's a fantastic game. It just came out on the Switch a couple months ago, so...
That's the one where it's kind of like, it's basically Mirror's Edge, but hooks, right?
Yeah, really, yeah, with like a grappling hook. Yeah, you got that. So that's, what other things they got here? I've been playing, they got a bunch of adventure-style games, which I don't mind either. But right now, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. They got some good ones. They got this game called Outcast, Second Contact. Some of these are pretty much indie titles. But every once in a while, you get a gem. You'll get a gem. So right now, that's kind of been what keeps extending the backlog, Charles. Every month, Amazon will put out like 7, 8 games that you can just download. You just claim them right there, and boom, as long as your Prime account is still up to date, you're still paying for it, you'll get access to all these games. So, yeah. Prime Gaming. Promo code Overlords. Still are Overlords, man. Still are Overlords. All right, so where are we at? So, I mean, I didn't plan out many small segments here. And look, NBA Finals, right? This is going down. This happened.
Give it to me.
This is what's going to happen, right? We're going to get Giannis. We're going to get Chris Middleton. We're going to get Drew Holiday, Charles, even. Going to get in on the action. Taking it.
That trash talk.
Taking it in Milwaukee today. All right? I want some Euros tomorrow. That's what I'm expecting. That's what I want.
I want some baklava babies to be made out of everybody in Milwaukee celebrating the fact that their team won and beat a super team. Closest thing to a super team, at least in this NBA Finals. Finals, not the entire NBA.
Yeah, a super team, huh?
Well, they're not. No one's going to call Milwaukee a super team, but everybody would say Phoenix is close to it because we've been riding that Devin Booker love. Y'all people been riding that Devin Booker love. I ain't been riding that Devin Booker love. They'll look at that and they'll look at Chris Paul, who's been playing like ass, and DeAndre Ayton.
Yep.
They'll call it that.
Yeah.
But
and our boy Jay Crowder.
And our boy Jay Crowder. And you know what? It hurts, but there's always a least favorite child. And Jay, it you, baby. It you.
Oh.
Because I want this. I want baklava. I want Euros. We have fallen in love with Giannis to a degree of humbleness. It validates the Heat's loss because we lost to the champions. That would be our mindset.
Yeah.
So there's the petty there. I don't like Phoenix. Them losing validates everything, even the small little bites of pie. It's just getting your vegetables before you get your desserts. And I know what you're saying, Charles. You're hypocritical. I get it, but we run the show. We can do whatever the hell we want. Ha ha ha. Keeping in mind, most importantly, everybody, is that Chris Paul is showing up. I said, oh, you're going to get old bad Chris Paul. It took like 80-something games, but it showed up. because them turnovers, he has been atrocious. The Devin Booker stat stuffer. That's all he is, stat stuffer. I'm going with it. Complaining about calls, all these non-fouls, all this other stuff coming in. I was telling Tony, for a guy whose favorite player is Kobe Bryant, he's playing awfully a lot of like Paul Pierce, lying about them fouls. And I could hear that. I'm saying it because it's all or nothing at this point. Yes, I know he's been playing phenomenally. I know he is putting up like back-to-back 30s, but he's still getting outshined by a real team player in Giannis, who is going to get Finals MVP unless Middleton just blows up.
Yeah.
If Middleton blows up, fine. That game on the weekend was intense, scary, man. It was good. But then I'm like, ooh, this is where I talk about like Mike Budenholzer maybe is not a good coach, is because of not knowing when to call that timeout, because I was panicking a little bit. I was like, all right, Giannis set the free throw line. What's up? Okay, what are you doing, man? What the fuck is going on? Because I had to look at it. I'm going back and forth, and I know I said the better narrative 2 weeks ago was to have Phoenix win because Chris Paul, Monty Williams, but then I looked at everything at a whole. I looked what it feels like America wants. I looked at the 50,000 Kobe Bryant commercials. I looked at all the damn state. Yeah. I don't even have State Farm. I got Progressive.
Yeah.
Know the flow.
Oh no! Screw State Farm. They dropped me after. I have a history with State Farm. But yeah.
Yeah, you know what? You know else who's loved by State Farm? Aaron Rodgers. Another fraud. So
that's true.
Go Milwaukee. This is the best win that you're going to have because in Wisconsin, it's going to be a very sad time when he goes to Miami. When Aaron Rodgers goes to Miami. So take this. Would it be funny if he just shows up there? It's like, yeah, this is the last time you're going to see me support you guys. So take this. I can see it after me. Take it as it is, but I want it. It's at 9. It's literally when we're going to, go into it in a 15 minutes. So I'm excited. I'm going to watch it. It still has been probably the worst NBA Finals I've seen since the year where both for LeBron, both Kevin Love and Kyrie Irving got hurt, because that was just terrible. Once they both went down, you're like, this is boring, and we're just seeing it for the super team, and no one liked it, and that was just atrocious. And it was it a sweep? I don't remember. It's been so
2018. 2018, yeah. Yeah, it was the year. That was the J.R. Smith play.
It was the J.R. Smith play. It's the Mike Dellavedova has to be your starting point guard because Kyrie hurt his knee.
Yeah.
So that was boring for us all. But it's been a fine final series. I think the big overarching theme has been everybody's been hurt, and the two teams that are here are a happenstance of health as opposed to everything else. But now I'm looking at Giannis, the whole pride, ego, humility thing that you sent us. I loved it. How he's just talking about how he's happy to be there. He seems genuine. He's talking about there's no waiver of arrogance for a young player. Whereas there's a certain guy who's a stat stuffer who has some arrogance. I'm sure Devin Booker's a nice guy. But no, I don't like him now. It's okay. I'm going to keep to it. I'm going to keep to it, damn it. If they lose, I'm going to be like the saddest person. I would be irreconcilable because I'd be so close to it.
Yeah.
Because the baklava would be piping tasty tomorrow because I would feel like I'd be right. You can keep your stats, buddy. You were the best player in the NBA playoffs all the time, but you didn't get that ring. It feels the same equivalent of my justification. Like, oh yeah, Golden State was playing so good, but it's still less than LeBron. This very ad hominem kind of mindset because I can't just back away. Y'all know me. I know what hill I die on. I'm dying on that hill today.
Yep. Oh boy.
But you want Milwaukee on this, right?
Yeah, no, I'm fully on it. I'm on. Yeah, Giannis, I might even buy a Giannis jersey. Come on now. That's how much this guy is man. Oh, if only he was so unhappy, he would come to Miami.
That's always what we want.
Yeah.
And to give respect to Devin Booker, I might talk trash about him, but the minute he came to Miami, I'd be kissing his cheeks and not the ones on his face, bud. Mm-hmm. That real recognizes real.
All right, Charles. Let's see. So I don't really want to talk about the NHL expansion draft protected and unprotected list right now. I mean, my guys, the guys that I think, really for the Panthers, I don't want to lose Radko Gudas, but it's a possibility. We're gonna lose Chris Drieger. If it's just Chris Drieger, fine. Our backup goalie, we know Spencer Knight's gonna be awesome, so that'll work out, right? That'll work out. But I'm not as well versed enough to look at every other teams right now, so I can't discuss it right now. Well,
Okay,
we'll see.
that's fine.
That's,
Maybe we hold out for Andrew
that's
because
true.
he can definitely go more than I can.
Yeah.
Because I would just be like Tuukka Rask, and I'll be looking at my phone. Protect Brad Marchand.
Oh my god. So
I
yeah,
know these guys.
yeah. So there you go. All right. So let's head on. You know what? Let's do the cage, right? This will be a
Oh,
shorter episode. Let's do the cage.
you
We're
think it's gonna be short?
well that actually might be a good reason why we should do the cage right
Okay.
now, because we're at the hour 25 mark, and I could say us hitting just below that 2 hours if it's gonna go the way I feel it's gonna go, and the reason why I chose a certain man to be the cover of this show.
Let me effectively say that because I had to be so focused on this, I had to pause Pokemon and get out of it and close. Welcome everybody to your weekly Truplex, the cage with Charles. Full disclaimer: wrestling is not fake; it is scripted.
Oh,
It's
and
a
boy
stage
is it
fight.
scripted.
It's a stage fight. It is a song, a dance. It is poetry in motion. It's a fucking Shakespearean tragedy. It's a Shakespearean tragedy so much. It's about men and women chasing championships. It's a eternal glory and opportunities, and it's about getting screwed over without getting kissed on the lips. That's what it is, and that's how it feels like working sometimes with Vince McMahon. You can tell this is a impressive episode. My heart is heavy, guys. My heart is heavy. There's a lot. I can still do this though because I do this for us. I do this for us. I don't do this for him. He can't take my shine away. He can only tell me what's going to be dark out, but he can't tell me when the light's going to come in. I'm going to be that light. So, welcome everybody. Let's do it again from the top with Feeling, your weekly Truplex the Cage with Charles. As you know, full disclaimer, wrestling is not fake. It is scripted. It's a song, it's a dance, it's a battle, it's a stage fight. It is men and women chasing championships, glory, beating the holy piss out of each other at the end of the day. And a lot of stuff happened on the wrestling weekend. It was great. And then some stuff happened Monday. And I don't think I've been this sad when it came to wrestling since I found like Chris Benoit killed everybody. If that makes sense. But let's talk about the weekend. So not one but two pay-per-views happened. We're gonna talk about Impact, Francisco. We're gonna talk about Impact, formerly known as TNA.
Holy
I go in
crap.
between. I know they had Slammiversary. That's like their second biggest pay-per-view of the year, next to Bound for Glory. As you know, they're the ones that are the consequence of the big foreign door being opened, forbidden door being opened, with New Japan, with TNA, with AEW, and maybe Ring of Honor. I think could be part of it. But what's been going on since the pandemic is you're going to have these cross brands going with each other, setting some wrestlers out there. And I felt like Impact has been shortchanged. Why? Because Kenny Omega, not only does he have all the gold, he literally has all the gold. He has the Impact Heavyweight Championship. He has the AEW Heavyweight Championship. He has the AAA Lucha Libre Heavyweight Championship, or Mega Championship. It's one of those things they call into it. So he was defending his. Now here's the thing about Kenny, AEW wrestler, main inventing a TNA show, Impact show. Is that good? Is that bad? I don't know. But a lot of stuff kind of happened on the weekend because there were some debuts, there were some returns, and there was kind of statements being made. And I don't watch Impact pay-per-views. It's cheap. It's actually like $20 on the Impact Plus site, and I could probably revisit it. But there's a lot of things that may or may not be good about it. But the matches I was watching on my phone and looking up on the Twitter feed, they had some very interesting stuff. They have, first off, we have new knockout tag team champions with Decay as Havoc and Rosemary. They're kind of like creepy crawlers, as I would say, good wrestlers coming into it. Yeah, Peter Williams, the Canadian Destroyer. I could just name you stuff for wrestlers I know in the past. The little thing about TNA, it was supposed to be alternative for WWE when WCW kind of folded out and guys left and created their own thing. You have your um, Impact TNA originals as Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, EC3. Granted, Samoa Joe did his time in Ring of Honor, but Joe's just awesome everywhere. But the match card had those title changes. You had Josh Alexander, the walking weapon. I love that nickname. I love that nickname. Your X Division champion, who is really kind of like your main focal point champion for Impact, considering the fact that Kenny Omega has the Impact title, going in the Ultimate X matchup. You're like, Charles, what the hell is Ultimate X matchup? I will tell you, Francisco, it's basically kind of like Money in the Bank, where there's like the title in the middle, and the cable wire is hanging up top, and you have to climb to get the belt or the briefcase or whatever they call it, for the Impact X Division Championship. So it was him against Ace Austin versus Chris Bay, Petey Williams, Rohit Ruju and Trey Miguel. Trey Miguel used to be of the Rascals, where two of his boys are now in NXT as MSK. Josh Alexander wins. This is a good call because as long as you have Kenny Omega holding on to that main title, you need to push your secondary title to really mean something of it. You had Cardona, formerly known as Zack Ryder, and Chelsea Green, his fiance, who used to be a WWE wrestler, going against Brian Myers, another WWE former wrestler. He used to be, now I forget his name because I planned it and then it left me. It's so embarrassing, but we have to accept that these things happen. And Tennille Dashwood, who used to be Emma in WWE. Kurt Hawkins, that's who Brian Myers used to be. Will Morrissey, now the WWE cast off, he was Big Cass in WWE. I'm happy for him, man. He got his life together. He had some addiction issues. He was going through some severe depression. He's been coming out like an absolute animal, crushing some people. Oh, we see Jay White. Don't worry, we're going to talk about Jay White. You want to talk about Jay White? Let's just go straight to Jay White. Let's talk about Jay White. So the main event was Kenny Omega, champion of all belts, against Sami Callihan in a no DQ match. They went like 27 minutes. It was kind of bloody and beat up. Everybody goes from there. And at the very end, you know how I said, man, it really feels like Impact's kind of getting like the roughshod of all this whole like open forbidden door stuff. New Japan's not really sent anybody. They sent Kojima out there, and then they have Finn Juice, who won the Impact Tag belts, but nothing really great coming in. And then in comes Jay White, and now everything makes sense. You're like, Charles, who's Jay White? He's a Switchblade. You know I'm not too crazy about him. You hear me mentioning on New Japan. He is the never champion. Never championships, probably like the second belt now going into New Japan. But Jay White is the head of the current Bullet Club overseas, which is consisting of Tama Tonga, Tama Lau, Taji Ishimori, El Phantasmo, EPJ. We love El Phantasmo. He's great in my eyes. I think he'd be something. Jay White's been leading that iteration along with Evil. Why is this important? Well, who's Kenny Omega's boys? It's Kenny Omega, it's the Young Bucks, and it's the Good Brothers, Doc Gallows and Carl Allison, the OG Bullet Club, essentially. So they want him, Jay, they see Jay, like, hey, give us a two sweet, join us, man, and he cuts off the feed. But what this is going to lead to is a OG Bullet Club versus the current Bullet Club. And now I'm kind of about it. Really kind of about it. I would get behind it. We're still going slow on AEW World, where Kenny's going to be defending the title against Hangman Page. Fighter Fest Part 2 is tomorrow. Last week, you heard my very long, extended review of Fighter Fest. On top of everything else, they changed the TNT title. Why? But we're going to get Hangman versus Kenny in the process. But now this is good for Impact. This might be the shot in the arm that is needed. So that's what I got in Impact. New Japan, Kota still has the COVID. No bueno. Is he going to be able to go get Shingo Takagi July 27th? I think it's going to be this weekend. We're going to see, or next weekend. We're going to see. We're going to find out. I hope so. But we're going to go to WWE, and we're going to have the best of times. It was the worst of times, kind of feels. It's Tale of Two Cities, kids. Charles Dickens. Educate yourselves. Read a little bit. I even got Francisco read. You guys can read it. Even though I have a Tale of Two Cities, I've never read it. It's literally right there, but I have too many books to count for it. WWE. Let's go with the good, man, because the bad is I need your reactions. I was right about everything. I loved it. Money in the Bank was this weekend, Francisco. That just passed. What do we know about Money in the Bank? It is a championship in a briefcase where if you get it, you get a guaranteed title shot to cash in at any time of your choosing. You can cash in a shot beforehand. You can cash in a shot afterwards. You can cash it at any point. Hooray! It was a good pay-per-view. I think there was only a few matches on the cards I didn't care about, like one or two. But the kickoff match was even good. It was the Usos and the Mysterios. Title changed hands. The Usos are now 7-time tag team champions. What's the build on that one? Is the fact that Jimmy Uso was going on that third DUI, and Vince is like, not more important than the storylines. But the match itself was very good. You had the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. This was kind of the weakest match of the night for me, depending. Nikki Ash, almost superhero. Nikki Cross now won the Money in the Bank briefcase and as a hustler, and just wrecking face, and AJ and him retain the titles. Bobby Lashley versus Kofi Kingston. Big chub. Big chub. It was a squash match. It was decimation. It was 7 minutes and 35 seconds of Bobby Lashley beating the holy hell out of Kofi Kingston, and I liked it. He made Kofi tap out, and some people were pissy pants about it, Francisco. They're like, what is this stuff? Kofi should have more time. Blah, 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 blah. This was a waste of match. I'm like, look at that
dominating
man.
Daddy.
Exactly. That's a dominating daddy. Look at the man that's underneath him. The whole idea is that Bobby Lashley has to be a destroyer, a destructor of people, a dominator. You need these kind of matches to build up a guy. Kofi had Kofi Mania. He built his chance. He built his story. He wasn't ready for Bobby. If you want wrestling to be a fight, a stage fight, you have to have a certain level of believability. I am 5'7". I weigh 149, 150 pounds. If I went against that man, Bobby Lashley, 280 of just pure muscle, I would not make it out alive within 3 minutes. And we all acknowledge that. Sometimes you need that believability. I think the internet community has been spoiled by Brock Lesnar doing good with small matches against Daniel Bryan, AJ Styles, Finn Balor. Sometimes you need the squash, man. Sometimes you need the job out. Sometimes you need to build a message because it's not to punish Kofi, it's to make Bobby big. Because what might be coming soon? Bobby and Brock Lesnar. Ooh, I get myself chills on that. But Vince hates me. We'll talk about that in the second half. Charlotte Flair, Rhea Ripley means nothing now because you just saw that Nikki cashed in on Charlotte. But yeah, Charlotte beat Rhea. It was a tale of two cities of a match. I was bored for like the first 10 minutes. The final like 7, 8 minutes was good and exciting. And then Rhea lost. She tapped out yet again to Charlotte. Why Vince likes transitional champions, I don't know, because Charlotte's reign means literally nothing if she had it for less than 24 hours and she's always cashed in on. She could have a 13-time championship as the women's champions, but it means nothing. You know what I mean? Money in the Bank, men's buddy. So, I was right about Nikki. What was my prediction last week? Big E's gonna win it. I had a couple of fail saves, so I was like, Big E's gonna win it though because you can build it with him and Bobby. Biggie won it. It was good. It was a very, very good match. Everybody did everything I had to do. Drew McIntyre got beat up by Jinder Mahal and was cost by him. John Morrison and Ricochet would just jump up and down. I was loving it. Kevin Owens died for me when he took a powerbomb through a ladder from Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins and Johnny Drip Drip, John Morrison, were arguing about who's the drip guys. They even teamed up for a little bit. Shinsuke Nakamura and Riddle were kind of doing some back and forth kicking. I enjoyed all that, and there was something nice about Biggie because he doesn't have to cash in on his respective brand. He can go to either shows. Hell, he can go to NXT if he wants to. That'd be lame. But he doesn't necessarily have to challenge Roman. He could challenge the guy who just killed his boy. There is long-term storytelling here, Francisco, that makes so much sense that Vince is going to F it up completely. But I was happy for Biggie. I like Biggie. I like the New Day. They're my dudes. Some people don't. Some people want that serious beat 'em up wrestler. That's your Bobby Lashley for you. That's your Brock Lesnar. When I want guys who are interesting and entertaining and look like they could beat the holy crap out of each other, I want Biggie. So imagine Biggie versus Bobby. That's a lot of meat slapping. I want that. To quote Biggie, follow us on Twitter. New Day, follow us on Twitter. Xavier Woods, Austin Creed, where we call yourself these days, Kofi Kingston, Charles the True, Dan Frijoles, where the hell Francisco is because he changes it 5,000 times.
Yep.
And then Sports Goofs itself. We talk wrestling. We play video games. I like you guys. I've plugged you multiple times. Let's do this. Buy my mustache mug, please. I already own one of your t-shirts. The concept of this show could be real recognized as real. Buy our merch. I buy yours. But meat slapping meat, man. Big sweaty man slapping meat, as Big E says. I'm for it. I'm about it. And then came the main event. Edge versus Roman Reigns, the tribal chief. Acknowledge him. Match was good. It was a B. Some people overrate it a little bit, but yes, it is that callback to the old school wrestling. Spent a little bit too long where Edge wasn't looking like the main competitor, like he was actually meant to be there, but it built up very well. I enjoyed it. And of course, Roman Reigns won. He put up a 33-minute burger of a match, and I enjoyed it. And Seth Rollins interfered because I had to really condense that. So Seth Rollins interfered. He was sick of being held to the back of the line. He didn't win the Money in the Bank match. Who got an automatic shot the minute he came back in? Edge. It should have been Rollins. The storyline there for Rollins' Edge could be a banger, man, for SummerSlam. SummerSlam could be a very, very good card. Charles, a little rumpus in the bumpkus kind of sensation. A rumble in the jungle. Rumble in my belly of happiness that's coming into it. I'm going to be excited for that match when it happens because they have some unfinished history kind of building up from like 6 years ago, 7 years ago, 8 years ago. And then at the very end, where Roman's like, acknowledge me, fools. Who comes out? The John Cena, the great defender of certain countries and non-recognizing of other countries because we can get political a little bit. It's our show. We do what we want, but we don't get demonetized either because we're sellouts. I can't believe people see him because he's saying you can't see me. So that's kind of like, it's a paradox, right? How can you see John Cena and he says you can't see him? It makes no sense to me. All I saw was a guy in a green shirt. But he comes out, looking at Roman, challenging Roman, and that's going to be your SummerSlam main event. And the rumors were out there. We knew it was happening, but there's a difference between like knowing it's going to happen and actually having it happen because it's what the story you can build up. They've only wrestled once at a payback, I believe, or a backlash about 2016. The match was not good. I wasn't really crazy about it. Now we have a different thing. Now we have Roman's a pure heel completely. What's the other thing that we're looking into? John is the face of the old franchise. He's the part timer that everybody complains about. Roman's a full timer guy. So you're talking about new face, old face. It's stuff that you want, almost similar to the Bullet Club stuff, I would say. But more importantly, what's the other storyline you can make of this? Cena has the opportunity to break Ric Flair's record of 16-time titles recognized by WWE because he did not win the title 16 times. Flair, he won the NWA Heavyweight Championship, WCW Championship, WWE Championship twice, I believe. All that stuff. So it's a cumulative thing. For Cena, he's only wrestled for WWE, so it would be 16 times as a world heavyweight champion. There's a lot going on here. And yes, Vince could pull the trigger and have Cena win, but you do it for the big shows. Because I've mentioned on the show multiple times who are the only people who I think should defeat Roman, a Money in the Bank cash in winner, or John Cena. Does Big E cash in on Roman? You could, because here's the other solution. They would say, but Charles, don't you want meat slapping meat? Well, hear me out, sir. Who is Roman Reigns' cousins? The Usos, who kind of made the Usos famous in their rivalries, turning heel. The New Day. They have plenty of matches. I could list you to watch on Peacock or WWE Network if you're international or you have a VPN to actually I don't think a VPN will work if you're trying to climb international to see and review to see these kind of hellacious matches in the New Day and the Usos put on, especially watch their Hell in a Cell match where the title just hot potato the hell out of each other, but it made two legitimate tag teams between them. You could draft the New Day to SmackDown. You could have the Bloodlines versus the New Day leading up to it at Survivor Series, and then you have Big E and Roman feud that son of a gun out and have that cash and happen. You could, and I'd be okay with it. But I think the hardest part about Roman's reign right now, haha, you see what I did? Hey, I make myself laugh. The hardest
Yeah.
thing about Roman's reign right now is that there's no one really there that I believe could step up to really beat Roman. There has to be either he loses in a multi-man match or he gets screwed over by his cousins, and we don't know if it's there yet. And I think Big E's time to shine. Whereas Kofi had to beat Daniel Bryan, who is acknowledged as one of the best pure technical wrestlers out there to get legitimacy for Kofi. I think if you put that for Big E and yeah, Bobby would make a lot more sense. This match, I'm ready for it, and that's the good stuff. Are you ready for the poor impoverished side where
the
people are
the
dying of Ebola?
the uh the
So
the distress that was coming from Charles last night on the group chat, like, oh, I knew, like, I wasn't gonna push this show to another day. I'm like, we can't do this on a Wednesday. We can't push it back to Thursday. This needs to happen today.
there are consequences to everything that happens in life. It's a butterfly effect of time, and it's just everything. Like I'm living in a goddamn nightmare. There's no other way to say it. I think I'm a good person. I think I do a lot of stuff that is for the right path, and I want to know why the universe has been my existence with Vincent Kennedy and McMahon. Last night, I couldn't get McDonald's, and I wanted some McDonald's to try out their BTS burger and then their spicy sriracha thing, and then it happened. And last night, I had to be hurt by a different thing. Two things happened. Two things happened. So Goldberg's back, and
Hey,
he's challenging.
everybody's
challenging.
geriatric, baby.
Yeah, he's challenging Bobby Lashley. He comes out and says, "I'm next." I knew this was gonna happen, but why can't I have Brock Bobby? Why can I not have Brock Bobby? That's all I want. The matchup has not happened. I want meat slapping meat. I want guys who literally look like the representation of gladiators. Brock Lesnar, Bobby Lashley, literal freaking gladiators. I wouldn't go on the street of either of those guys. They are scary men. Really bad. Goldberg just kind of looks like the motorcycle dad, the weekend warrior who goes and says, have her home by 10, but you bring her home at 1, and then you have to say, oh, hey, here's for the party, and then he doesn't do anything. I don't want that. He already had his opportunity with Drew McIntyre Royal Rumble. That match was trash. I don't understand it. I don't conceptualize it. It makes no sense. Plus, how could he just come jumping at the line when all he's done is lost? Here's a fun fact. The last guy that Goldberg has beaten, if I remember correctly, was at SummerSlam last year to Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler. What? Who I love Dolph. I actually like Dolph. I think Dolph's a great talent. But Dolph Ziggler at a SummerSlam, I think it was in front of the crowd. So this was pre-Virus days, because the last time I saw Goldberg was at Rumble, and then prior to that was when he lost to Braun Strowman, because the year before that, the last person he beat was the damn Fiend. So, just all the emotion. So how does he get to jump the line with the last two matches that he had? One was defending a title, and one was losing a title. Means he automatically could just go there. It doesn't conceptualize. Granted, there is no pure main event challenge yet. I understand that. You could have pulled something with Keith Lee, sure. You could even try to pull the trigger with Big E earlier if you wanted to. But Goldberg and not Brock? What? That's like I'm all excited and then my spirit leaves me. And then just when I'm down, I'm getting back up and I'm like coming back up, Francisco. The worst thing happened. So, you know who Scary Man is on NXT? Karrion Kross.
Yeah.
Karrion Kross made his main roster debut on Raw last night, still as NXT champion, having that NXT championship belt on his face. That Triple H meme is me. That is me. That is me. That is me. You have no idea. Some people don't like Karrion Kross. I like Karrion Kross because what am I liking these days? I'm sick of the tiny men with the flippy stuff. I want to see some guys beat the hell out of each other, and Karrion Kross does that. Bobby Lashley does that. Brock Lesnar does that. Big E does that. Karrion Kross makes his debut against Jeff Hardy. I'm like, great. He's going to kill Jeff. He's going to beat Jeff to a point, and this is how you get your main roster thing, and he'll be both defending the title because we're going to get him Samoa Joe, and that's awesome. And then, he's going to be on the main roster killing Jeff Hardy. Legend is great. It's a 5-minute match. Something happens where Jeff Hardy, kind of pseudo powerbombs Karrion Kross and uses the ropes to cheat. And Karrion Kross loses his main roster debut, Francisco, to Jeff frickin' Hardy. The man who has not lost a singles match at all in NXT, a 2-time NXT champion who had to abdicate the first time because of the fact that he actually had a legitimate shoulder injury. The man who sent Finn Balor up onto the main roster. The man who sent Keith Lee up to the main roster. The man who sent Damian Priest up to the main roster gets pinned by Jeff Hardy. And I like Jeff Hardy, but in a matter that made no sense. And he didn't even look good in the loss either. It seemed like he just got one-upped real quickly. Furthermore, they did not have his woman Scarlett there, who was his entourage and valet, so it was just him kind of looking like a weird dude as a barbarian, because what happens is Vince doesn't watch NXT, so he doesn't know the characters that are being developed in the storylines, because wrestling is what? Sometimes it's reality TV, sometimes it's stage fight, sometimes also soap opera with a story need, so they don't know how he's all Mr. TikTok man. They just think he's a random, basically a white supremacist in that mindset. That's probably what Vince like, scary white flag. Yeah, sure, let's do it. We have Goldberg. It's okay. Just have a muscle guy. And I hate it. You're not investing into it. And then you have him lose. What does that say about your NXT people? That this guy who's been your champion, who put Finn Balor up, basically the main wrestler. Finn's back, by the way. Came back on Friday to SmackDown. And he just gets pinned like that in a way that doesn't make him look good at all because he got outsmarted. Yeah, he's going to go back and kill Jeff. Understandably so. What bad booking. How could you do this? The guy who, you look at Scary Man, you look at Jeff Hardy, what's going to happen here? And you want to know what the greatest kick in the pants is? I didn't know about this until late last night. Yesterday was Karrion Kross's legitimate birthday. So happy birthday. You're making your main roster debut, and you're going to get pinned by Jeff Hardy, with Jeff Hardy cheating to beat you using the ropes. So that guy, I watched that, yeah. So Vince just pissed off everything, and something happened, Francisco. I snapped. Because I had to deal with Goldberg, and I had this deal with Karrion Kross. Karrion Kross, real name Kevin Kazar, I like you. I liked you in Impact. I like you here. I'm so sorry that Vince McMahon is going to screw this up, and then a year and a half you're going to be released for budget cuts because he made you into Ryback 2.0. I don't want that for you. I'm so sorry. On behalf of my fandomship to you, I apologize. I've tweeted about it. Not to me personally. I only tweet like every 6 months for my own individual things. The last time I did was, Oreos. Follow us on Twitter, Karrion Kross. But it was just in reply to a couple of 24/7 champion. Yes, it's just so bad. Something happened. I snapped. I shut off Raw, dude, right when it happened. There was no wrestling. There was no competition on television. I could have watched the entire 3 hours after an excellent Money in the Bank, enjoyable Money in the Bank. I'm like, nope. And I just shut it off. I can't watch Raw anymore. I don't even know if I could watch NXT. You have taken away the believability that this man is a fighting thoroughbred of a champion. Thank you, Vince McMahon. You sucked out my fantasy world, made into a reality. You're basically like if I watched The Conjuring, and I know it's made up, but it's interesting because Conjuring 1 and 2, there's always like that 5% chance of believability. Not 3. 3 is totally just made up. And then someone just goes to you at the end, like, that's all made up. This is really what happened. He ruined the moment. He took out the disbelief. He took out the suspense. And he did that on someone's birthday, man. Like, that's hardcore. That's like telling kids that Santa Claus
Like
is
his
not
debut
real.
was in 2010, so it's a decade of putting all the hard sweat, blood, and tears.
Which makes no sense to me. So you have him lose to Jeff because he had a rookie move? This is not a rookie. I have no words. I was so legitimately pissed about it. And then Derek texted me. He's like, oh, Nikki won. I'm like, that's nice. That's why I said that the universe is healing a little bit. But I have no comments. You who has followed Scary Man. You who has looked at Scary Man. What's your thoughts on this? Tell me what's your believability. Because this man's now dead on arrival. How do you fix this? You can't. You can't fix it. You can't fix it. We have to euthanize this man. We have to euthanize this.
I'm just loving these memes because you are not alone.
Twitter was, we were all connected. We were all connected. And I put it on my little tweet to, I don't know his name, I just follow him, like Sean Ross or something like that, at Fightful, where I said, the law of Vince is that you're not over unless Vince puts you over. You can be cool in NXT, that'll mean nothing. I have never felt more insignificant in my life as a fandom. As a fan, there's been plenty of times when I feel we've all been 30 years being alive. But as a fandom, what? You're not. And look, Andrew had asked me inside the chat. He's like, "Oh, do you think you do better?" Because that's Andrew. He's always like, "Hey, think about your life and what you could do. It would be great if you could do like wrestling production, stuff like that." Maybe that's the conversations I tell myself when he sends the text messages. But I said, Vince McMahon is not a dumb businessman. He's a billionaire for a reason. He's an excellent stuff. He is a terrible panderer to the crowd because he's an audience of one. Because in his mind, he has probably said, "Hey,
God, this is funny.
it would cost everything." Yeah. That's really how it felt. That's really how it felt. And Ryan Satin had put something like that, and I go and I say on the Twitter field, and I just go and say, hey, Keith Lee, I get, but Cross is like taking out the claws of a jaguar, man. The mindset is just essentially it sapped out my want to watch it. I don't really watch SmackDown because Sling has issues with Fox, but I'm not watching Raw. Hell no, I'm not watching Raw. And there's no yeah, that's pretty much it. And there's no way I can watch NXT tonight because now I have no believability in championship. I don't care anymore. Vince did the worst thing, so I don't care. I literally don't care, guys. This is terrible. I had this. Is this what manic depressive feels like? Because I had a very high with Money in the Bank, and it took one loss. I gotta go see it there. I'm not good. I'm messed up. I'm like, holy shit, because I can't enjoy the product of my fantasy, of my world. This is why I told you I'm messed up on it. Because I should have feel something like that. I'm like, this is terrible. I'm not watching Raw for like months, man. It's a pure. I'm just gonna play Pokemon and I'll watch baseball. I'll watch the damn Pirates play. I don't care. I will gouge my eyes out to bad baseball. I will watch an entire series of the Arizona Diamondbacks and then the Pittsburgh Pirates. I'm like, yep. Yeah. Oh wait, we're gonna put the Baltimore Orioles versus Arizona. We got 6 games of that. I'm like, put that on, please. I can't handle, man. I gotta seek some help. This is terrible, and I can't watch NXT now because your champion is really just a chump now.
Look how
it is the worst thing.
Boy.
This is how I feel. It's so on point, and he's not even like my favorite wrestler in NXT, but I appreciate everything that he's been doing, as you know, for like the last 5 months. And then this happens. I'm like, what? This is terrible. This is like getting a puppy for Christmas, and then the parents are like, oh, hey, it's in the box. They're like, oh, we forgot to poke holes in it, and then you have a dead puppy. This is how I feel. That's where I leave it. So the cage in the coming weeks, folks, because I'm not going to watch it, and I will keep my way.
Tonight's WWE had what we are calling weird Vince decisions. Set up the SmackDown program to start off.
I literally hate him so much, and I cannot advocate
Keith Lee in his
violence on the
return.
show.
Karrion Kross without Scarlett. Karrion Kross loses his main roster debut. Piped in crowd noises and more.
Yep. So the coming weeks of the cage is going to be backyard brawling because it's going to be more focused on Impact. It's going to be heavily AEW influenced. Wednesdays, I'm gonna watch that. I watch it to a degree on Wednesdays. I just work out on some Wednesdays, but that's gonna be a focal point. All Out's coming out. I'm gonna build on that. SummerSlam, y'all be so lucky. Y'all be so lucky that could happen because SummerSlam might be awesome, aside from Goldberg, Bobby. But that right there, just it took a taste of my mouth. And some of the people who don't like Karen are loving it. And listen, I've been on the other side of that shoe or that foot. I get it. I agree with you. This is so depressing. I just can't. I am that Roman Reigns. I'm so depressed. Please take it away from here. That's all I got for you this week on the cage.
God, I've never.
Would you have expected that?
No,
You were so
usually
scared, man.
the cage like is a little high energy. Even kind of like, okay, all right, hey, there's a light at the end of the tunnel, but this one's just like, nope, this is a downer. We are going to be sad today. Oh man. My God. And yes, from what I have learned over these last 2 years of these cages, I can understand. And from reading these tweets as you're doing the segments, I'm just reading the tweets and just like what people want versus what Vince gives you. That's pretty funny. Oh man.
I'll sum up with one line. My safe word is pineapple. What he heard is banana. No one comes out okay out of this.
Oh
except
man.
for him.
Oh boy. Well, folks, that wow, it was actually pretty correct. We're at the 1 hour 57-minute mark, so that did take us.
I told you it was a lot.
That did take us. Woo. All right, folks. I think that's it for us. We're getting Charles is no longer gonna watch wrestle WWE.
I'm gonna go watch. But I'm gonna feel good though because this was my low. I'm gonna watch Giannis get me some euros tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch Giannis give me my baklava balls.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch Devin Booker be a fraud. I'm gonna watch Chris Paul. I'm gonna watch my vindication. I'm gonna watch the light. What's the light of my life? When one man dampers my light, I'm gonna poo-poo on other people and be lit by like that.
So hopefully by next episode we will be talking about another champion that we actually want to win. All right, dining in on a nice Mediterranean cuisine, and then it's gonna get slow from here until we get college football or something. Andrew will be back, so he can actually catch us up on certain things, because I don't know nothing about no name and likeness crap, that's for sure. And I don't know, we might have to geek out some more. That's fine. I just got Metal Gear Solid HD collection in here, so I got 2, 3, and Peace Walker waiting for me.
And you guys are still cowards because we're avoiding the ultimate debate. Is an empanada a hot pocket? This is 3 weeks now. Y'all can't fight from this.
Okay.
So that's why Andrew has to be in.
Have you been to the I went to the frozen food aisle yesterday. All right. And there are certain empanadas that are shaped in Hot Pocket-esque square-ish rectangular style. So, oh man, this is
yeah. You hate it. You hate it.
This
it
is
feels
like
wrong.
Yeah.
It feels, Abuelita is rolling. in
everything
the
I
ground
know
right
is a
now,
lie.
And the thing is, I didn't even see that. And when I was in the stores, it just came to me, that scary realization, same way how like a hot dog is a sandwich. I'm like, holy shit.
I legitimately
That was a hot dog.
I was walking down the aisle, and they had like these crescent shaped empanadas, and then I saw another box. I'm like, what? No. And across the aisle is the Hot Pockets on the other side. I'm like, no, wait, stop. It's just it was like a weird dream sequence, but it was real life. It was real life. I almost purchased it so I could try it out and be like, Charles, what is happening right now? It's like you're learning you're in the Matrix. A little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. I took the red pill.
Yeah, I'm just the irascible Morpheus opening your eyes instead of just the world's made of machines. It's the food that we think is all the same thing, just dressed up differently.
Yeah. Well, that's Mexican food in general, right?
And that brings us all together.
Yeah. Oh man. That's it for us. There's nothing more to talk about. Yeah, I'm gonna play. I might start Metal Gear Solid 2 or 3 or Peace Walker tonight. I don't know.
I was able to beat the water gym leader, Nessa. as
Okay.
we were doing the show.
Yeah.
Literally right before I did the cage.
My water waifu, as I call her. Anyways, that's it for us. That's it. That's how I'm leaving this show out. Go get yourself a mustache tote bag. I'm out.
I must ask you a question. Take care.
Horses, that horsehide would have been out of here.
The trophy stands in its case, alone and bewildered. Its rim is chapped and bronzed. It's been held by others. I've waited